There he
That's
is.
the last time.
No, it's not the last time.
Is it still fucked up?
No, it's
Guys,
fine.
we're gonna
It's good.
reschedule.
Now you're fine.
It's good.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
How many fingers am I holding up?
So if you ever want to have a weird time, watch that comedy special. It talks a lot about coleslaw.
Tell me about coleslaw. Tell me everything you know.
All right, let's rein it in.
in.
It's time.
We're lost, Eric. Help us. We can't pull out
First
our
you start with a good pickle sauce.
Send help, please.
So, do you recommend green cabbage or red cabbage?
Neither.
Both.
Yellow.
Purple.
Yeah, purple or that blackened kind that's been sitting underground for 60 years.
Ooh, nice. Top of the
Or you
100
can
year
just
egg.
make it with kimchi.
All right, great. Good to know. So, welcome, everyone. Thanks for hanging in there. Sorry I'm having technical difficulties, it seems.
It's alright. I'm having
Rob.
physical ones.
You can all hear me okay right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay,
No.
good. All right. Okay, so
Let's go kill some gnolls.
yeah. A few notes before we start. The new death rules that I put up. I think you guys all saw that in the Discord chat, but when you have, actually, I put them in here so you can see them in the. I won't really go over them too in depth because I want to get into it, but death saves will have penalties, and then when you have resurrection, if you're like resurrected multiple times, there are different effects that are going to happen when you're resurrected. I don't know if we'll ever get to that, but oh, and then the last thing was at the bottom. There's if you like are going out and you like want to do something really cool, you can basically like avoid all that and just have your player die or your character die
Oh,
for like
that's-
some great narrative. Like if you want to do like a last stand while everybody's running out and you're like Gandalf on the bridge, you know, if you want to do something like that, like it's going to be kind of like the rules on that are very loose, but I'm open to it. But your character would just be dead at that point. No resurrection. It's not like Gandalf in that regard.
Or maybe it is.
Yeah.
It's the only
I like that
other one.
mechanic.
Okay, as long as we can all agree on one thing. Gandalf was an awful, shitty level 1, maybe level 2 wizard.
It's just low magic campaign, you know.
Yeah.
I would disagree once you look at Mordor.
Let's see. Also, the long rest rules I put in. These are from Xanathar's guide. So when you sleep in armor, it affects your hit dice regeneration. It doesn't give you exhaustion. So
Okay.
you don't regain, you don't lose exhaustion, but you don't get it. So just so you guys are aware of that too, for being on the road and sleeping in armor. That's the rule for that. And then, yeah, that's it. All right. So who wants to do a recap?
So we
We
began
won
our
games.
day. Oh yeah. So we went through a lot of games last time. We did the hammer slam, and Artemis won that through some tricksy tricks. We had a pickle eating contest that Grund won like a champion because we couldn't handle our pickles despite all the pickle throwing
I'm
shenanigans.
I totally could handle my pickles. I still say that someone framed me.
John was framed of his pickle failure. Regardless, Grund won. We also had the archery was the time before last. We had a talent
tank.
show. Yeah, the dunk tank. The dunk tank, and Sablin decided to break it to spare the orc the humiliation of being dunked all day, and
Yes, but you did it before someone should have gone into it.
that's very true. He was very inconsiderate about his mercy on that orc. Very inconsiderate about it. Then we had
You know,
a
it's all
talent.
about timing, man. Timing.
True. And then also Artemis went off onto a little solo adventure where he came back extremely drunk. So don't know this about that. We'll find out later, maybe. Then we had a talent show. Sable and Artemis sang a wonderful duet that came out horribly. Some rich guy
Perfectly, you mean. Yeah.
perfectly in some recollections, and most recollections awfully. There was a poem reading by a uptight noble guy that got heckled pretty badly, and then Agony and John had a fantastic magic show, and everyone was very impressed. Pelus made sure everyone clapped very hard.
I just like to say that Artemis and Sable joined the ranks of Beyonce, black artists who are denied their rightful awards because someone can shake their fucking tits. Taylor Swift. That's my Kanye.
In hindsight, one of us really should have gone up there and be like, no, I forgot what the quote was, what the meme quote is. Kanye said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk, but. And then we went back down and found Velkanar's tent and found out that Velkanar is selling a whole bunch of crazy Magitech farming equipment, which might include Magitech chainsaws. We'll have to check that out later to make sure they're chainsaws or not. I hope there
It
are.
was after the archery contest.
That was after the archery contest, you're right. I forget what happened at the archery contest because I don't think I did.
John won.
Won!
John won. John won so hard.
Yeah, by splitting an arrow.
Oh, yeah.
It was
And
badass.
then we had a obstacle course run, which was very exciting. Pelus beat a child into submission. It was fantastic.
That was a very difficult obstacle course. It was almost impossible.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know how children were expected to complete it.
I heard
That's
an
why
elk was.
grown adults had such trouble with it.
I heard an elk swung around by just grabbing the bars with his teeth,
Where is? Oh, there's the teddy bear.
and then Pelus won a teddy bear and gave a crying child a dirty old cloak he had. It was beautiful. And then, yep, the stuffed bear of Huggy. And then we went and had our 10 episode long tournament arc where Sablin beat Agony very handily because martial stuff, and then Pelus beat John despite his magnificent spins. Artemis backed
Hey,
down.
like double shield strategy.
It was a fantastic strategy, but Pelusa's impeccable
Overwhelming
technique went
strength.
through it. Oh yes. Artemis, in a fit of wisdom, backed down from another. And then both Pelus and Sablin failed to combat a speedy ninja-like person whose name I've completely forgotten, but he was very impressive.
Zalros?
Zalroth.
He was
Zalroth
really
is-
cool.
Oh
I
yeah,
liked him.
he's super cool. He's either going to be a huge villain or a really big hero. We don't know yet. We'll find out later, I'm sure.
This assumes that we follow the Valklandar plot, in which case he may just be nothing.
Oh yes. And then we went up to the main ceremony, which ended very quickly because it turns out there are gnolls coming from all corners.
Great. Thank you.
We apparently have to go
Wait,
after
there's
the
more,
big
there's
bad
more.
group.
There's more.
There's more.
Well,
Oh god, what I missed?
Well,
So,
we obviously
we had
had
a
a long
conversation.
discussion about the gnolls coming.
yeah, I'll kind of go over that at the beginning here because we're going to start the session with you guys in conversation with Harburg, as tonight we're getting back to Dungeons and Dragons.
It's only been a month
Welcome
since we
back.
started the carnival.
Joke's on you, Eric. We're going to take him to Greengrass and play carnival games with him.
But first, before that, John, you were kind of lingering behind a little bit as the rest of the group runs up with Harburg off the side of the stage, as you were just being showered by applause by the whole town, and Harburg rushes you. Harburg rushes you all off the stage, and the band who was playing before the ceremony starts playing up again and continues the ceremony, and people are just dancing around and having a good time. And John, you're held up because some children run up to you, and one of them says, "Hey, you're the magic guy. Do some magic." And then the other ones are like, "Yeah, do some magic."
Okay. Ready? Close your eyes.
They do.
I jump over them and disappear.
Make an acrobatics check as you jump over these children. Yeah, maybe we're not getting back to D&D. Never mind. You clear them, but one of them kind of like, as you land, you're not as silent as you wanted to be, and one of them kind of cocks their head towards you.
I just turn around and put my finger over my lip and go, shh. It doesn't work either.
It just kind of laughs, but everyone else opens their eyes and like, oh, and one of them kind of points. He's like, he's there, and they all turn around and start having. They like give you a little applause, and you're just like so stoked. They just fill you with this joy of like, man, people love watching me do stuff. And you get a new ability, the Entertainer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Where you can basically use the help action as a bonus action from 30 feet away.
Holy shit!
That's
But
good.
you can do it amount of times equal to your charisma modifier per long rest.
Ooh.
So,
Give
there
us
you
all
go.
advantage.
Yeah. Help your team out. All right, so you catch up to Harburg and the rest of the crew as Harburg's explaining, and the scouts there, and Travalda is there. As you guys have kind of picked up that Travalda is like now become like a captain in the Red Larch Guard.
Mhm.
And the scouts are letting you know of the gnolls coming into town. There are 3 groups coming from the Long Road in the north, the Larch Path, and the Cairn Road. And Harburg had asked you, it said, they say the biggest one's coming from Larch Path, and Harburg says, can you take those and we'll take the others, or I don't know, do you have...
We'll definitely take the bigger group, and we'll also have to get the townspeople into safety somewhere. And most importantly, could we move the
Have
drinking
Groom
contest
guard
to
the
8
door.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, inform them all that. Have Groon guard the door from the outside.
Grund in the... Where
He
were
has a
we
secret
hiding
defense
them?
he has a secret defense art that none should be around for.
It's true.
He didn't seem too competent to me, but
That's
suppose
why
you've
it's a
earned my
secret.
trust. Fair enough. He did survive that journey with you.
He was
those
the
bandits.
hero in that journey.
He saved his
All right. I mean, you guys keep telling me that he's a hero. I haven't seen it yet, but sure.
I make
sure.
I make a
See him through
slashing
those
motion
pickles?
across my throat.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get, have him on guard. That's smart.
The tunnels underneath the quarry, are they still were they ever sealed?
No, we hid the door, but they've been cleaned out, and the council's kind of deciding what to do with them.
Do you think we have enough time to get a bunch of townspeople down there to safety?
Sure, yeah. I mean,
I don't know where else to have people congregate.
I don't know. I don't.
We have 15
don't-
minutes, right?
We don't want to cause a panic.
Exactly. I don't think we're going to be able to get in 15 minutes. We're not going to be able to get enough people down one ladder.
Well, tell everyone
the
there's
be-
something big maybe in the center of town or something. Maybe the center of town could be the safest where we all congregate later. To not get any panic going.
Tell them that they should go into each of the shops with heavy doors and the inns with large barrable doors, and they should spend their coin on a nice green grass shopping tour and drinking mess and all that stuff to have a nice dinner, and make sure everybody's indoors and can barricade the doors if need be. Something like that.
And as you say this, in the distance, thunder claps. And you look, and actually from the northeast, there are some storm clouds rolling in.
That's good. That's convenient.
Oh, good.
And
Is that
Harburg
a
looks
good
up
thing?
and he goes, I think we could use those as an excuse.
There you go.
Very well.
Sure.
We don't have much time. We need to get
Just
everyone
remember,
going.
Just remember,
Wait.
contest is at 8 p.m.
Assuming it's not rained out.
Yeah, if it's rained out, we will postpone it till tomorrow.
Right and early.
I like this plan. This is kind of a showcasing of Red Larch, and we don't want people to think that Red Larch just has gnolls coming in all the time. So if we could keep it a secret.
Well,
That's
I
not
mean-
that
look
important
okay.
compared
Let's just
to,
get everyone indoors. Come on, everyone. Come on, we got 10 minutes.
I mean, he's an exception. you
Yeah.
know, but
I mean-
okay, let's hurry. Why don't we? I'll go and make an announcement about the storm, and we'll get everyone indoors. And
Very well.
yes, we'll split. I have about 20 men. We can split my forces, and perhaps you can take the biggest force.
Okay.
to the
I'll-
largest force, we shall kill them.
I'll look Harbor square in the eyes. How confident are you in your men?
Competency.
We've been training. We're much more competent than we were a few 10 days ago.
I have faith in you, Harbor.
I've recruited more. I only had about 7 men before you guys showed up, and before we got all the money from this Believers.
How many from each side?
Well, I have 20 men, so I could split it into 2 groups of 10. I'll go with 1. Travalda can go with 1.
Very well.
the second it looks like your group is going to break, you should send someone back to town to warn everyone to barricade the doors and flee the tunnels or anything.
Yeah, so I just hope we can intercept them before they get into the town. We better move fast.
Agreed.
Come on, chop chop.
All right.
Let's do this.
And he runs up to the stage and gets the band to stop playing, gives an announcement, and says, "Well, everyone, that concludes the ceremony. As you see, we have a storm coming in, so let's move the party inside. First round of indoor drinks will be given to you by the city of Red Larch." So, and then everybody gives a huge cheer and starts like the huge mob kind of starts moving into the street. You can see just like a light rain is starting to gather as the guards are kind of ushering people into different buildings. And it seems like everybody's going to follow this plan.
Is Jacqueline anywhere around?
Yeah, you could, if you're looking around.
Yeah, I'll basically like just pull her aside and tell her about the entrance to the tunnels in our yard, I guess. And tell her, if things go pear-shaped, not saying that they're about to, but if they do, there's a tunnel there. Get the kids down there. Don't come up.
Okay.
Okay.
As we walk outside, I also let out a huge whistle to summon the giant elk that I created during the magic show.
Okay.
And I get a Junto back over to us also. How many people can Junto hold at a time, you think?
He's just a normal-sized elk, so like maybe 2 normal-sized people or like 4 kids.
If we get 3 people on the giant elk and 2 on Junto, we might be able to all ride out there pretty fast.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, you could do that. All right, so you guys start mounting up and getting ready to ride out on the large path.
Yeah!
Okay.
Andale, andale.
Who's with who?
Arriba,
Because
arriba!
we're kind of split up in 2 of these 2 elks, so who's with who?
I'll be with you, Sablin.
I call him.
Perfect, okay.
I'm gonna
you want
run
Junto?
on all
I want him
fours.
to.
Okay, then I'll be with John.
Hey,
I'm gonna run on all
buddy.
fours.
Do you want to sit front saddle or back saddle?
Well, I'll swing either way. It's fine.
So Josh and John, or Artemis and John on one, Sablin and Agony on the other, and Palouse running between. Is that how we're doing it?
Sounds like it.
Seems that way.
You're just on all fours, Palouse?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool, yeah. So you guys ride out onto the large path.
Voltron music
in
playing.
this formation.
Oh yeah, I gotta put the music up.
And then,
Nothing's
all right. So what? So, here, let me get. What do you guys? What's your plan? You're just riding out until you see them.
Well, let's see. We know they're about 15 minutes out, right?
Yeah, I mean at this
We'll
point
stay
maybe.
like at the end of the path. Or at least
That's awfully close.
Yeah, that's really close
Yeah.
to town. Like,
Yeah.
a bit
But
farther away than that.
about how far away would you say they are as we head out, Eric?
You're not sure. I mean, it's been somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes since.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
As you're kind of gathering everyone and getting
Yeah.
all the people inside.
I'd
giving
say
Jacqueline a message.
yeah. I'd say like run 4 minutes, stop, and then like try and set up a trap or something like that.
Try at least hide so we can
Okay.
see them before they see
At the,
us.
yeah, at the very least, Artemis should hide.
Okay, so you start rushing out. You start
So
rushing
what,
out.
What I'm hearing is we should just have like a guy and an elk and a giant elk in the middle of the road, and like when they get in the middle of the road, they have to stop.
That, and I'm gonna have a
Distraction.
something like that.
So surveillance.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you're trying to get the giant elk off your elk, something like that. Other way around. Because it would look funny.
Wait, what? Oh, an elk standing up. Sure, we'll have
Jenga?
Junto standing at top. Like Jenga?
I'd say maybe Sablin on Junto, giant elk and Palouse in the road. Everybody else either behind that or off to the sides. And I'm gonna throw out the elemental gem. And I'm gonna have the earth elemental like go out probably 60 feet and then burrow under the ground as basically a landmine.
Okay, here, actually, I'm going to bring you to a map.
Okay.
You guys can set some things up. Just give me 1 second. Let me get.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Okay.
Make sure they don't catch us off guard.
All right. So,
Blues, how much of that shit that I told that Earth cultist, how much of that was true or accurate about them attacking from the
Everything.
sides?
All of it was.
I don't remember.
It's fine.
all right. So you guys see yourselves on this map?
Yeah.
Gonna go up into a tree.
Oh, we're all the way down there.
So you guys, yeah, you guys are all here. I'll bring you to there.
I need
down
Junto
here.
and a giant elk.
Yeah, let me bring those
I
tokens.
also
down
have
here.
a weasel.
I missed the part where we could draw.
I'm sorry. I can go back to blank map. You can still draw on there.
It's fine.
Draw on there.
I'm kidding.
Oh god, just penises. That's all it's gonna be, huh?
Goddamn.
Rock. Who
Oh, I
who's
see.
that?
Okay.
Eric, can you do that?
Junto. Who else am I getting? Oh, giant elk. Let's see, bag of tricks here. Giant elk. And the little weasel that you had in your hands.
Yeah.
Every little bit counts.
Dude, I'm gonna totally have
He
that
can-
weasel give advantage every single time it can until it dies. My only order for the weasel is go help people, go, go, go!
What is this brown thing?
That's the house with the roof, you know?
We're off the road. There's no houses.
Fine.
You guys like pass the farmhouse, but then you pass it.
It's gone.
That's a giant purple X on top.
A giant purple blur.
All right, so
Anarchy.
is that Earth Elemental out here?
Yeah,
Yep, got him out.
I see.
Okay, cool. So just put everything where you want to be set up as you're like very quickly rushing into place to set up this trap.
Anarchy in the
Oh.
back alleys.
Are we setting up a trap? Is that the plan?
Basically, or at least like getting into a good position here.
I'm hiding in a tree. No, my tree. Get out, Palus. I'm pushing him.
I'm
Okay,
hiding.
I'll get in this tree.
I'm hiding next to the rock.
Rocklar.
How far forward should we go?
I don't
About
know.
half the map, so we have enough room to run away.
Yeah, don't go too far forward, because I mean, you want to see like you have to have room to put them on there where you would see them. So basically,
I'm behind the tree.
Just
I'm
come,
behind the
just
tree.
come back a little bit. You know, just come a little back.
The-
You know?
the further you go up, the less time you're gonna have to react. But you guys are kind of hiding, so okay.
There's just a giant elk in the way.
All right.
Just on the road. Okay.
So and the Earth Elemental is buried. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. And how long that Earth Elemental lasts for a while?
It'll last for an hour, and I have to maintain concentration, or it goes berserk.
Okay, so you're keeping concentration on it. Okay, cool.
This won't backfire.
And the elk's just like standing in the middle of the road.
Yes.
Okay.
What's the weasel doing?
If it helps, I will also create an illusionary bush for him to graze.
Or the actual grass off the road?
No, illusionary. He needs to keep his figure.
Fair enough.
And
Because he doesn't disappear tomorrow at dawn.
all right. So why doesn't everybody make me stealth checks?
Stealth.
And I'll need one from Junto as well.
I don't
Holy
have
crap,
a token.
that's
If
the
you're
worst
getting to
I've done
hide
in
there.
a while.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, I just want level 11 where I can't get lower than a 19 in that occasion.
All right. All right. Let me do some rolling. All right. So you see, you hear. I guess it's like dim light out as the sun's been setting. It's not dark yet, but the sun's starting to go down and the light is waning. You see this like mass coming over a hill in the distance, and there are hyenas and gnolls and like all these creatures on all fours, just like running towards where you are along the road. And I'll put them on the map now. As you see, oops, and there's a little bit.
Oh. Gorillas.
It's
That's
only a small army,
Are those
guys. Don't worry.
Giant hyenas? What are those?
Yes,
Hyena
there are a
pack?
couple giant hyenas.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
And there's like a few that are kind of split off behind that are maybe like 120 feet behind this main pack that you see. There's like 5 or 6 gnolls behind this main pack. So you see there's
Okay.
all these hyenas, these giant hyenas, these gnolls, and they're rushing forward.
This one looks a
Um,
little different, doesn't he?
Which one's that? Yes. Yeah, there's one that kind of looks a little more like he's got a little nicer armor on.
Oh God.
Just a little. He has like a different weapon on his back than the others. The others have spears, whereas this one has a glaive. But you don't really have that much time as you're just watching these guys rush forward, and they get to this point.
Oh God.
Did you guys like want to ready actions? I'm just trying to get a feel for how as they kind of see that elk. It seems like they're not slowing down; they're just rushing towards it.
I'd say ready actions. Let him get a little bit closer.
Yeah, I need I have a ready action for when the group gets to about here, the center of the group.
Yeah, I guess I'll throw a javelin.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ready
Yeah.
my javelin.
Already fireball.
All right, you know
Already a
what?
Javelin also for when they get in range, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to. Oh yeah, that fireball is ready.
Mhm.
All right. So we'll say it looks like as they kind of start. We'll say they get to there, maybe there. As they start to like overtake this elk, they like the determination on their faces seems like they're just gonna rush past it. Like they have some other motivation. So at this point, did you guys want to have those ready to actions go off? We can just consider this
Yeah.
a surprise round.
Yeah, I'll throw it at the nearest one.
Yeah, but
do
throw
not-
my javelin on this one too.
All right, so why
We
don't
do not have a template for a cube.
I don't have blue.
you guys roll initiative first? Yeah, they don't have templates for cubes.
Could you do me a favor, Eric, and
Yeah.
set the fireball to the back?
Yes.
You get
Are
one
both
half.
of you guys putting fireballs?
You get
that
one
what
half.
you're
I'll
doing?
get the other half.
You have fireball too?
Yeah, she
Who
does.
do you think
Oh,
I
nice.
am?
Okay.
Not going
I
for
thought-
those healing spells, baby. All
I
right.
forget. I'm a fucking moron.
So yeah, roll initiative first, and then we'll just go through and do your ready to actions, and then we'll get this
And
party
before the
started.
whole army just blows the fuck up because of fireball.
I know.
I mean, that's a good start.
All right. Let me get initiative for these suckers. Oh shit! I have them all in whisper.
Like, if I know you guys are gonna do this, I don't know if I want to use what I was gonna do. But then I'm like, fuck it, do it.
Wait, what were you
Nah,
gonna
just
do?
do whatever you got to do. I like this music. It's it's
I would get-
the same music that Critical Role uses.
Yeah, this will be our first battle, I think, with the new battle music.
Hell yeah.
Okay. What am I doing right now? Oh yeah, I got to change these guys. I have them all in whisper. Give me 1 second. You guys could start. Let's see. You guys all rolled? Okay. Let me go. All right, so Artemis, if you want to go ahead.
Which fireball
fire-
is yours? Left
Yeah,
or
which
right?
one's yours?
I'm on the right.
You're on the right. Okay,
I'm on
why
the
don't
right.
you? Or wait, I have to roll dexterity saves. Okay, give me 1 second while I just get these
For
guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9
I
creatures.
think an awful lot of those, at least the hyenas, probably don't even need to roll. Maybe.
Yeah, why don't
They-
you
they-
roll damage first? Actually,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Nice, not bad.
30.
Hey.
All right.
Very average. In a good
Yeah.
way.
So these hyenas just burn up.
Temporary hit points for Artemis.
So that's 2 hyenas.
You get one
This is-
stat.
Or no, 3 hyenas.
Yeah, unfortunately, with those temp hit points, they don't stack.
They don't.
Yeah, I know.
Sadly.
It's fine.
Because otherwise, that would be like, hey, look, I just got 20 temp HP.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's sad.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta get these guys ready to rock. All right, public.
Hey, you put the song I wanted to put.
Hell yeah, man. All
Good
right.
shit.
Public. Sky. God, so many. I knew this was gonna happen, but I still was not prepared.
Am I correct in seeing that their like leader is right in the middle of the 2 fireballs?
Yeah, that guy looks like the
Oh.
strongest one.
Oh, and he's getting
Woohoo!
them both. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
yeah.
them both.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. So, who else? Okay, so I got.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
These
roll my
guys.
giant elk into the initiative.
So, is this a
Oh, yeah, get in
surprise
there.
round or is this a ready to action?
This is.
Because if it's a surprise round, I get bonus actions and movement. If it's just a ready to action, then I'm just gonna get my action.
Well, let's see. I think it's just a ready to action because
Okay.
you guys like have these actions ready and then they come in and basically your surprise round is your guys ready to actions and then initiative will kick in for the next round.
Fireballs!
So yeah, I'm gonna say because like there's fireballs coming out and everything that
Unless you want to go run headfirst into those fireballs before they go off.
No.
No.
yeah,
But
because Well, no, actually,
I want to rage is my question. That's what I'm really trying.
yeah, you can rage. You can rage.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so what am I doing now? Okay, you killed those guys, these gnolls. Let me make a save. So let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these gnolls in here. It's a dex save. Fail. 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 Fail.
Is there a fifth one too?
And the leader. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a fifth. You're right.
There's 6 gnolls and a giant monkey gnoll.
Massive fail. Okay, so each of those takes 30 damage. Oh shit.
There goes your encounter, Eric.
I saw the message.
No,
on
I'm pretty sure the worst stuff is coming up.
in Wave 2. I saw the message
Yeah.
about Wave 2 coming in 2 turns.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
These, you nearly. Let's see. That one's dead. That one's dead. Alright, 3 of them just die. And 2 of
Nice.
them are very barely alive. And then lastly, the middle guy here. Let's see what he gets. And he fails. So he takes 30 damage.
Does it also clip that giant hyena on the bottom too?
Yep.
Or
And that giant hyena, yeah.
Yeah, the giant hyena, yeah.
And I guess the earth elemental is safe because he's underground.
Under the ground. Yeah.
Total cover.
Oh god.
I thought this shit through.
Alright, giant
This is what giving
Fail.
2 weeks of prep and planning.
hyena.
I actually
Alright.
read The Art of War in prep for this.
I haven't,
Alright, so that's that
everywhere
fireball. Okay.
Do it
So
Roll for
the
damage.
John, what was your ready
Yeah.
action?
Throwing another ball. Another weasel.
Ow, and a weasel.
Alright.
You got you have Kodo and Podo.
Yes, and these weasels are going to do things. They're
You
going
see
to
one of
create-
them's already on there. Here. There you go.
And there's another one next
Have
to
him,
him.
have him like gang up on the one guy in front that's not getting hit.
Have
No,
the,
their
Getting
jobs is to go in and give aid to people after
Have them-
fireballs explode. 'Cause I
have them
to roll
stand
in
on each other's
initiative
shoulders.
anyway.
Come on, Mega Weasel.
I would need a third weasel to form the mega weasel.
This is true. That's true. I forgot.
I will have them go in
Okay.
and provide aid after the fireballs die and boom and whatnot.
Alright, is that it?
Yes.
Alright, Palouse.
I'm gonna rage. And then I'm gonna throw my javelin.
Alright.
12? Question mark?
You're throwing it at this giant hyena?
Yeah.
12
That's
just
right.
hits.
Oh shit!
Woo.
That's its AC.
So that's 11 damage.
Alright, 11 damage. Ooh, it had 10
Yes.
HP.
Oh my god.
Giant hyena goes
Hey.
down.
I guess we're not gonna do the RP where I like try to save people because they're all fucking dead.
spare their actions at least.
Okay, Junto. Is Junto prepared anything?
Yep, I'm gonna charge that giant hyena that's at the corner of the next fireball and do the ram. And I think I have enough distance to where it'll activate the charge thing that knocks it prone if it fails its throw.
Okay.
And I'm riding the whole time.
And you're riding them. Okay.
You might want to put Junto onto the back layer.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
And then if you do it, you can literally just drag over both and drag them both at once.
That'd
Mhm.
be fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
You can do that, I believe.
Yeah.
It even looks like you're kind of riding him.
He is riding his horn.
Or just standing on his back like a majestic warrior.
Okay, so make your attack.
I'm gonna guess that's a hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit him.
We know these are these NPC boxes. Let me see if this does the damage. Yep, and I think because I ran more than 20 feet, I get to roll an extra 2d6.
Nice. Yep, you do.
And if it fails a DC 13 strength saving throw, it is knocked prone.
What is that saving throw? Strength.
Strength. If it fails
Oh, it got a
Oh,
natural one. What a start. All right. So that guy's prone. So that hyena just gets rammed by Junto and gives a big yelp and goes prone. Not feeling hot.
It's
All right.
about to in a second!
All right, Agony.
Okay. Well,
Want to roll
take it, Teach.
roll that damage?
yeah. Take a deep breath.
Sure
Like
that-
tips of my hair and my tail are like going in blue fire, and then a giant blue fireball, boom, comes out of the sky.
My red one was better.
Ooh.
Nuh-uh.
No, it's the
They're the same.
They're
They're
the same.
size. Damn.
All right, so all those hyenas are dead.
Fuck. There wasn't a blue
And-
fire thingy. I wanted a blue fire.
Okay, let me make some saves here. Ba-bing. All right, that's a
They make it.
success.
Oh.
2 successes. Nice.
That half was ready, you know. After
So it
the
was
first
kind
one.
of ironic that you both rolled the exact same damage.
And that one
Yeah.
dies. Okay. And you finish off the hyena that is prone, the giant one. That one dies as well. Okay, so that was
High
30.
five.
Okay.
High five.
Oops.
Close enough.
All right. Oh, and then the guy in the center has got to take it too.
Yeah, he takes it.
I didn't know.
All right, and he's gonna fail. So that's another 3 damage to that guy.
If he's still up, he's a trooper, man.
Yeah, he's looking rough, but he's still up.
Jeez.
And then I just yell out, "Do we launch phase 2?"
All right, Sabelin.
Alright, I launch a javelin at leader guy.
All right, that's gonna hit.
Giant elk is next.
Okay, yes. Thank you for. All right, 5 damage to him. Okay, giant elk.
He's gonna go after that little guy too. So let's see. He also has a nice charge move.
There is a hyena in the way he might provoke
Yeah,
opportunity.
not because he goes right here.
Oh, there we go then.
Which so I believe that means and lands on a ram attack. 16
16 just hits.
for
Sorry,
14
Eric.
damage,
Oh my
We
god.
just
no.
We destroyed our encounter.
and
This will live to.
I
Target also
again, I
takes an
suspect
additional-
wave 2 is going to be much worse.
2d6 for an additional 4 damage.
Okay, and then it has to make a.
It is a DC 14 strength save
Okay.
or
So
be knocked prone.
that's a total of 18 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
He is
And it
not
makes the
knocked
strength
prone.
save. Yeah. But he does take some damage.
Oh, I forgot to roll for the elemental. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, throw that guy in there.
Yeah. Damn.
19. All right. And the elemental, how does that work? You give it commands?
I can give it. I just like shout. Hang on, let me take a. I just had it up. I think I can just shout and it sort of does its own thing.
Okay. So maybe we'll say
did-
for this turn, it like pops up as you give it the order of whatever.
Yeah,
order
it
you
did. Yeah, it obeys any verbal commands. No action required by you. Yep. So yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes, I'll just have it pop up.
All right.
Surprise.
All right. So, and Orpheus.
Orpheus is good right where he is.
Now, this is a super long turn order, and I've even added the gnolls.
Oh.
Okay,
So
so,
many pets.
all right. So let
Just
me.
think about it this way: most of the gnolls are dead already.
That's true. I don't even have to. Well, I guess I have to roll for. I don't have to roll for giant hyenas. Okay. So, at least I got these tokens set up. Makes it easy. All right. Let me just do this.
Everything to work.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, baby. You know it. Okay. So, what the hell's going on? Artemis, your turn.
Oh,
As-
it's back to me.
As this blast gives off, these gnolls are just growling and furious as they have taken some serious damage. And you see the second wave behind them still rushing forward, rushing even more furiously now.
Yeah, let's take a look. Who's left here? We got big guy, weird guy in the center, and some jerks in the back. I'll target the guy in the center with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So 22 and 16.
Those are both hit.
Okay, for 13 total.
Oof. Alright. Alright, yeah, he's still up, but he is getting... You're whittling away.
Well, that's terrifying. I'll go back on the other side of the rock. And I'm done.
Alright. Alright, so the gnolls... let's see, we got 4 gnolls still up. They're kind of flustered looking around. Let's see, I'm gonna have... They're gonna come to the defense of this leader guy here. We're gonna have 2 come there. They're a little... Well, maybe they'll be a little more smart. They're not that smart, but they're not gonna cluster after seeing those fireballs. They're gonna spread out a little bit like that.
I could have threw 2 javelins. Oh well.
Does that mean that one
Oh,
of them
yeah.
walked up next to the giant elk and walked away and took an attack of opportunity?
No, they came and they like surrounded.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, because there were 2 on that side that came to him. Then the other one has come up to this earth elemental. I guess they both will actually.
I don't think that's out of the ground yet.
It is.
It did. It popped
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Right
next in the
up.
initiative. That's why
And yeah, okay. So they're gonna go like that. Yeah, that's still within range. Okay. So they just kind of grab around those guys because that's what. There's like smoke everywhere. They can't really see after those huge fireballs. The dirt's in their eyes. They're just like rushing at what's in front of them. So, so let's see. On the elk the giant elk's gonna get a couple attacks. A spear does 12 hit,
miss.
and another spear 23 for 7 damage on the giant elk. And the earth elemental. Let's see. This is +2, 14,
Nope.
16,
Nope.
and a 9. So they
Nope.
just surround that earth elemental and make their attacks, but it seems that they are easily outmatched against that earth elemental. Whose turn it is?
Yep. I'm gonna have him. Let's see. Were any of these orange gnolls caught in the fireballs?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the...
These 2.
Okay.
This one is.
Okay.
Everybody but that hyena in front is like severely damaged.
He's full health. These 2 got hit.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for the red leader guy here. See if I can finish him off.
Okay.
17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay, for 11 and 7 will not hit. I assume.
Yeah, that one
Well,
will
that
miss.
one's automatically miss.
All right.
And
he's
that's
still up.
all he's gonna do. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, he's severely bloodied at this point, but even after those fireballs, just to give you like context, he was like maybe just around being bloodied.
Okay. Jeez.
And he failed both of those saves.
That's what I was afraid of.
Okay. All right. John.
At the leader.
Yep, that'll hit. All right, and sneak attack, right? Because he's...
Yep. He's within 5 feet of an ally.
Damn, so that's 23. Damn. All right, he's just on the brink.
And then I'm gonna
Still
yell to the
standing.
weasels, "Go give people aid!"
Don't give them
All
AIDS,
right.
but give them aid.
No, AIDS is okay too.
Okay, okay.
Wreak havoc and cause chaos. Be free, Kodo and Podo. Be free.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
See, I don't think I have anything else to do.
And the weasels...
Actually,
yeah,
you
they're-
know what? Oh no, right now I'll save that for now.
Okay. All right. Palouse.
I'm going to run, and as I'm running, I'm going to throw my another javelin, but I'm going to throw it at the leader.
Okay. Go ahead, make your attack. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
So 14 damage on the leader.
Whew. He like falls to his knees, but he's got just a little left in him.
Ah, shit. Fuck it, I'm
Did
gonna
you
throw
have
another one.
multi-attack?
Yeah.
As you throw another, 17 will hit.
9 damage.
All right, explain to me what happens to this guy.
It's gonna go right through his skull, and he's just gonna
Alright.
drop down.
Ugh.
And then
As
I'm
the
gonna
leader.
And tell me just one solemn tear is rolling down Palus's right eye.
No. Real. I'm gonna yell to the other gnolls. Run! Don't stay here, you'll die! And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
You yell that in Knoll-ish?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, how
yell
did, yeah, what language did you yell that in?
I'm gonna yell it in Abyssal.
Why don't you make me an intimidate check?
Dang it, right before I... Oh, very good.
There you go.
All right. Junto.
All right, I'm going to. I see Palouse running in there, and I command Junto to charge in behind. I'm gonna cover his back. I'm heading straight towards that knoll right there, that the hyena that's right behind him.
Okay.
If I can I retract that? I don't do it in intimidation. I do it in a persuasion. I'm trying to tell them to leave. In a persuading way, not an intimidating.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was me who asked you for that role, so definitely.
Oh,
Do you want to retract what you retracted?
No, I'm keeping it. That's how my character.
Yeah, no, there's no second
Yeah.
retraction.
No, that's what I wanted.
Yeah,
Can't triple stamp a double stamp.
yeah, they just growl at you. They're like, ah. They look panicked and frantic, but not amenable to your pleas. All right, I'm sorry. What was Junto doing there?
Oh, I'm charging at the hyena that's right behind Palouse, trying to get his back. And that should be far enough for have the charge ram. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's gonna
Is that-
hit. All right, explain to me what happens to this little hyena as Junto comes.
Oh yeah, Junto just antlers down, just steamrolls to it, and just flips it like 50 feet in the other direction.
Yeah, it goes flying over here as it just gets blasted in the air and thrown way in the air.
And I believe there's only 35 feet of my movement, so even though it's a charge, I can still finish my movement, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna move up a little closer and kind of get right behind Palouse and kind of close in on all these guys.
Okay. And Junto, you just hear after Junto knocks that guy in the air, he's like, "Whoa!"
And I just say back to him, that was awesome.
All right, this guy's dead. The weasels. It's the weasel's turn.
3, 5, 6. Advantage on this one for whoever attacks it next. Probably going to be the elk unless somebody else does it.
Okay.
4, 5. Yeah, and this one's just going to end his turn over here.
Okay.
I'm actually telling him to watch his hooves.
Give me 1 second. All right, advantage on this guy. Let's see. All right. The hyena is dead. Take him off the. Who do we have left? The gnolls. Okay.
We're helping you out, Eric, so you don't have to worry with so many buttons.
No. Yeah.
Things.
Thank you guys so much.
For killing it.
Looking out
All
for
right.
you, buddy.
Agony. So you see there's like 3 gnolls gathered around the earth elemental where Peluche just charged in, and there's 2 gnolls around this giant elk.
I'm going to just enlarge. No, wait, shit, I'm not in fucking range. Son of a ding dong.
Plus, he can't enlarge in a space there's not enough room for him to enlarge to.
Yeah, it won't work.
Well, then.
Enlarge
Ready?
Junto.
Enlarge the giant elk, make it a humongous
That's
elk.
still the same. The same deal. He
Oh,
doesn't have
God.
Room.
Colossal elk.
Colossal elk.
I mean, I love that for Junto, but I kind of like the idea of that going onto John's elk just to go take it from giant to what's above that.
Well, John has to be standing on its head with his arms crossed when we do it, so
This
all
would be
anime
great.
stuff.
I could save it then, or I could just make Junto a giant elk.
Either way.
Or you can shoot a firebolt at that guy at advantage.
Or, I mean, I could still do that because I can make a spell a bonus action
Do it.
with quick
Just
spell.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh, you have a quick spell now too. Jeez.
Well, I've had quick spell,
Oh, okay. I know that.
but
I know you had twin.
yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. I'm
Do
going
you want to build this snowman?
I'm gonna enlarge Junto. So.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Wait,
How big is he
he's
now?
not enough room. He can't do that.
They
That's
can.
true.
The creature below him is tiny.
Yeah, so it'll
it
be
can easily
so
fit
can-
inside of its square.
Oh wow.
They can share the same space.
So Junto's enlarged, and that was.
Is
My-
Sablin tiny?
Junto's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Those are tiny.
Whoa, dude, far out.
Like Sable's like trying to keep his balance as Junto just starts growing.
Oh, you're on top. Got it. That's funny.
And since that was my bonus action with quick spell, I'm gonna firebolt that gnoll there. Well, it's advantage, but
Which one?
I can't aim. There you go, that one.
The advantage.
They have
of-
numbers
That
on them.
one.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, the vanished one.
Number
Okay.
one.
Number one.
All right, that hits.
And ooh,
Not
something
one.
not
Nice.
one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I have 2
Ooh.
dice now
That's
for
decent.
firebolt, so
That's
Alright, so
perfectly average
yeah.
damage.
A mode of fire gathers in your hand, and you shoot it at this gnoll and just smack it in the face, and it burns its flesh, and it falls to the ground dead.
Ooh, well, that was fast. Sorry. That's
Hey, you're living up to your name.
I already did that. And
Um,
it's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, lore.
All right, Sabelin.
So, since I was riding Giant Junto, can I still reach the knoll in front of me with my sword?
I also
Or do I have to, like, dangle off of
do
them?
enlarge.
Well, how tall would it be? Like 10 feet? I mean, it's like 15 feet. I'll say you could reach it. It's a stretch, but like Junto's working with you, so he'll
He's
kind of lean
leaning into
down
it?
for you. Yeah, he kind of leans into it. Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna try and hit that knoll in front of me.
All right, and you get flanking. All right, nice. That's gonna hit. All right, you just swing down and with one swoop decapitate that knoll.
Nice.
Majestic.
Ooh, awesome. And I haven't used any movement yet, so I forget. Can you mix in movement in between attacks?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, I jump off Junto and use my second attack on the knoll that's next to the right of the elemental.
All right.
Welcome to 5th edition.
So I leap off and I take a downward
40
strike
years
onto that
to do
knoll.
that.
All right. Yeah, you jump off and make your swing as you're coming down. 15 will just hit.
Cool. We're so badass, guys.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that one you just slice it as you come to the ground and it falls down dead.
And before their turn, I point at the one on the other side of the elemental and I just yell, "Run!"
All right. Why don't you make me a intimidation check or persuasion, however you're.
I have my character sheet real tiny, so 1 second.
Oh no problem.
There we go.
All right, yeah, you look up and you see fear in his eyes for sure. It's the situation, and your and Palusa's words and all of his allies dead. I guess there's actually one other one, but they're not happy. All right, the giant elk's turn.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh
jeez.
god.
Oh, we're shitting on this encounter.
Have we? I don't think anybody's taking any damage.
No.
Nice.
My elk has.
Man.
Oh, that's right.
I haven't even used any fucking moves, to be honest.
You threw some javelins.
And the elk just has a new unit, has a new little tassel for one of his horns.
All right. Yeah, he just skewers that knoll. Perfect. All right. Anything Orpheus wanted to do?
I'm gonna have Orpheus move up here in preparation for me, but other than that, he's good.
All right, and you see now, at the top, at the edge of the screen, you see behind that other group is now getting closer and is coming in, and you see another knoll that has robes on it and is kind of dressed in.
Robes.
Yeah.
No.
Well, actually, let me see exactly. But it definitely has a lot
There's
of
still one
ornamentation.
knoll alive here too.
Oh no, you did what I thought you were gonna do, Eric.
And well, let's see, how far away are you? You can actually see that branded on its forehead is the symbol. You recognize the symbol that was on the letter from John's friend Lenny.
Interesting.
Okay.
So it is. They are moist knolls.
Moist knolls.
Those damn voice knolls.
And
Oh god.
this guy might be a little homebrew, Ryan, just so you know. So he might not be what you think he is.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Let me
Can I
just roll
roll?
initiative.
Should I roll to know?
Yeah,
if
you
I
could-
know?
Yeah, sure. Actually, yeah, roll me a perception check, actually.
To see if
To
I know
start
what
us
it
off.
is.
Hey, baby bro, what's up?
Ah, that's decent.
So this guy, the kind of way that you see all this ornamentation on him, you kind of notice you definitely notice some typical things that priests of Yanogu would wear.
Mm-hmm.
So you see kind of priestly garments. He is wearing hide armor,
Mm-hmm.
but he has some kind of priestly garments. And then there's these other guys with him, who also dressed in hide armor. You recognize one of them
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
as Pox.
Pox of
a
all
knoll
the people, Pox.
you haven't seen in many, many years.
Wait, which one's Pox?
Pox, do you want me to tell you where you last saw Pox, or
Just here, go into
which-
whisper and like.
I'll whisper
tell
it
me-
to you.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
No, go into
Oh,
the whisper.
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna take advantage of that real quick and go grab something to drink.
Okay.
I
Whisper
grab
back.
another
You don't
beer
see me
also.
going into whisper.
Not this shit again.
Now your Princes of the Apocalypse collection is 99.98% complete.
I get half of it because I can hear everything almost. I can't hear Eric. I'm cheating.
Cheap.
All right, we back.
Okay.
Oh God.
All right, so let me roll the initiative just real quick. I love token actions; they make everything so easy. Okay, nice.
Oh,
Hell yeah!
no.
Now we're rocking. Okay. So, all right. All right. So as you see this group approach on the edge of your vision, there, it's to you, Artemis. It seems like are all the gnolls dead now? There's one gnoll standing next to your Earth Elemental.
Employee of the month there. So is this like of the gnolls that we can see? Is this like the only other wave? Is this the spear? Is it like the tip of the spear of the second wave, or what?
Yeah, these are all you can see now, like that have breached the hill and are coming over.
Okay. Decisions here. You know what? This is as good a time as any to do it. I'm going to use my action to recharge my spell using the rod.
Okay.
And
Great.
then I'm going to move up here next to Orpheus.
All right.
And that's going to do it for me.
All right. So, these guys now, let me see. They're going to, seeing the group in front of them, they're all going to keep running forward. Let me just see if I can move as a group here. So they all just start running forward and pull out bows, they have bows in their hands as they like stand up on their hind corners, and they pull out bows, and they all just start shooting arrows as they're like rushing forward and just volleying them in. So let's see. I'm gonna go. These ones are gonna be at the giant elk here. So an 18 and a 21.
Both hit.
All right. So that's 10 damage. And you see just like the way they move and the way they pick up their bows, and the way they fire, like these guys are much better trained than the gnolls you just killed. All right, this gnoll. Let's see, how many guys are in the front line here? Sorry, there's so much shit going on this screen. All right, Palouse. Yeah, this one will also fire at the giant elk.
It's the biggest
So,
thing.
Hit.
all right, just one of them hits, yeah? All right.
Yep.
That's 5 more damage to the giant elk. Number 3 is going to fire at Palouse as it knocks 2 arrows. 16 and 11.
One of them hits. 16 hits.
That's those 4 piercing damage.
A halved.
2 people.
Halved, yep. This guy's going to fire at the Earth Elemental.
Nope.
16. as they just like hit the Earth Elemental and splinter into a bunch of fractions. And these last two are gonna shoot at Sablin, as they're just like rushing forward, shooting whatever's closer to them. So those both miss, and those both miss. And Sablin just puts up his shield as the arrows bounce off of them. This last Gnoll is going to start running backwards.
Attack of opportunity?
Yeah, so take an attack of opportunity with the Earth Elemental.
15?
15 will just hit.
Okay, for 5 damage.
Tries to get his shield up as he turns, but the Earth Elemental gives him a left hook right in the back. So he takes some damage. And yeah, he's just going to run. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Just going to run back here and kind of get with this group. Feeling a little happier now that his comrades have arrived. And he's just going to throw his spear. Well, actually, wait a second. What's the distance on the spear? Yeah, fuck it. He's not thinking about disadvantage and shit. He just turns around and throws his spear, which will have disadvantage against the Earth Elemental, but it just the spear again just breaks in half as it hits him. And now it's the Earth Elemental's turn.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to have it move like right about here, and then burrow under the ground about 5 feet.
All right.
Okay.
Burrows back down.
That's its movement, and then I'll use a dash to burrow under the ground, right up to this thing, still under the ground.
Okay.
And I'll leave it right there.
Okay. Got it. So it just goes and burrows and then continues along. I'll put like it's underground. Okay. John, your turn.
I would like to try and drop my initiative to right below the next guy to see what he does.
I'll say you can hold an action.
Okay, then I gotta do other stuff. I'll run up over here behind these rocks and hold a spell. Hoping. Just, no matter what, within a couple seconds to release a fairy fire over here.
Okay. So like after whatever that guy does, you're gonna fairy fire into
Yep.
that group. Great.
Hoping he runs in there. If he doesn't, well, fuck it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you start to prepare your fairy fire. All right. So that guy, he will begin to walk forward. He'll come about that far. So you'll get your attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Josh.
10.
Yeah, 10's gonna miss as the Earth Elemental pops up, and like, less surprised than you expected, he just kind of he like steps out of the way as the Earth Elemental like bounds and misses him.
Come on, Christopher Rockin', you can't do that.
And he uses his action, and he lets out this booming scream. And I need everybody in Abyssal. Who understands Abyssal?
Me?
Just you?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of you are infernal speakers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I know
I speak
Infernal
dragon.
also. I also know Infernal.
I speak Common, Elven, Halfling, and Dwarvish.
There's no common, draconic, and elven.
I know Common, Abyssal, Nullish, and Infernal.
Yeah, you just understand as he yells out in Abyssal. He says, "The crushing wave is upon you," but it's in Abyssal, so it like sounds super scary to everyone. Why don't you? So I need everybody to make me a charisma saving throw.
What's the range on that?
300
Everybody
feet.
who can hear it. So yeah,
Damn. Okay.
with
Really
300
safe.
feet.
Even me, because I understand it, or is that cool? Or-
You do make one, but you have advantage from hugging the teddy bear back. That's within the last hour,
Oh yeah.
so you have advantage.
25.
Oh well, I don't need it.
Damn.
I don't need it.
Wow.
I'm fucking amazing.
All right, so damn, nobody's scared of this guy. Although I will need it from the elk, the weasels. Although the weasels don't make it because they're not even attacking anyway.
Oh, poor Junto's so uncharismatic.
But yeah, why don't
Oh, doesn't matter!
my
Hey.
God.
Ruin
Hank,
your encounter.
The elemental.
No, man, it's fine.
Did the
Roll
giant elk
good.
save too?
Poison. Yeah, gotta
The
get it.
giant elk is scared. The giant elk is
Okay,
the one
he's gonna release his bladder.
It was a DC 14. So the giant elk just starts pissing as
And
this
the
guy.
95 deck saves. This group right here.
Alright, so it's like the center there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 5 deck saves, alright. Fail. What's the DC?
13.
Alright, so 1 success, 2 success, 2. So I have 2 fails from 2 of those guys. And then fail. Alright, so the big guy fails.
That's the most important one.
And this knoll fails. And we'll say, roll.
guys,
Just roll like a one. Roll a 1d4. We'll roll 1d3 because it's roll 20 and you can do that. All right. So this knoll 4 is gonna fail as well.
So I got the center of the pack. Cool.
Yeah, because you were getting
What about-
3, 4, and 5 of the green ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So 4 is the one there. All right. So those guys all light up. What color do they light up?
Pink.
They light up pink. Okay, perfect. All right, so that was that guy's action.
But I like,
And then-
real girly, like, neon.
Cute.
All right. All right, so Palouse. It's your turn.
Okay.
That one that you had some kind of issue with is now pink and pretty. Go kill it.
Wait, you don't know that.
Yeah, I don't think we
mean
know
to
which
do
one
it,
that is.
like, I'm just,
Yeah, we
I'm
don't.
saying that out of character. Like, go kill it.
You don't know that. Not a character.
So,
You don't know nothing.
Okay, fine. Can I still say go kill it?
I'm
I
going
suppose.
to. Man, too far away.
Believe in you.
I'm gonna run to here. I'm gonna use my dash action to run right here.
Okay. Are you
And
doing
then
anything when you get there?
Lick
I
the
have
one
to use
in
my
front of
dash
you.
action. So, but I'm also going to yell at my teammates and say, "Don't kill her, please!"
Okay. And you see it's like a female knoll that he runs up to as he's yelling this.
okay.
Like probably standing in front of him with
Number
your arms
3
out
right
or
there.
something.
Yeah, number 3.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that one's not painted.
All right. So that's your whole turn there, Palouse?
That's all I got.
Now I believe you lose your rage because you didn't attack.
If they attack me, I keep my range.
Okay, good to know.
I think you have to attack if you take damage, isn't that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as
So if they attack and they miss, then
No, they have to
or
attack
if
me.
Artemis throws a fireball at him.
I'll read it. You guys can keep going. I'll look at
Yeah,
the rage
okay.
real quick.
Cool.
Yeah, that's true. Hang, let's see if I can do strategic Palouse burning here.
It ends early if you're knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn, or taken damage. So yes, I do have to take damage.
Okay.
All right. Well, that shouldn't be a problem. All right, Junto.
Sure.
Alright,
Just kidding.
I see Palouse run up to the female knoll, and I hear him yell, to not hurt her, and I'm, taking it back for a second, and then I tell Junto to make sure they're the ones don't mess with him, protect him. And I have Junto run to number 2 and charge the shit out of him.
All right. Charging
my
number
question
2.
is, are we only saving this number 3 here?
That's all he's called out
That's all
for.
I said. That's all I said. You guys can do whatever your character would do.
All right, 16's gonna hit.
And since I'm enlarged, since Junto's enlarged, just get the 1d4, or is that only if you had weapons?
Nope, natural weapons are weapons.
Beautiful, so I get that 1d4 added to that too?
All right.
Yes, you do. Because natural weapons are weapon attacks.
Yeah.
Sick.
15 damage to number 2 there. All right.
And DC 13 strength or knocked prone.
All right. God, I hate math. Whoops. What strength?
Is there...
All right, so it's knocked prone.
Baller.
As that one falls to the ground. As Junto's just rampaging today.
So I heard that charge and ramming was really good, but actually using it feels really good.
I know,
Oh,
right?
I know.
Well, we're gonna have a lot of dungeons in this game, so you got to get it out in the open now while you can.
That's
Yeah.
true, that's true.
All right,
See,
Weasel's turn.
We fight nothing but in long hallways.
Yeah, charge isn't that great when I was using it. That's why I got rid of it.
that weasel dashes. This weasel does not. Say
Okay.
this weasel over here takes the hide action in the grass, because, fuck it, he's tiny.
Yeah, you don't get the impression that they're noticing the weasels where you're paying them much mind.
Perfect song for this scene.
Power of Kodo Podo.
That overconfidence will be their undoing.
Well,
All right, Agony, your turn.
well, it's already going to be the start of the next round before Artemis can fireball to do damage to Palou, so he keeps his rage.
No, just also imagine that they're going to probably attack Pelus, who ran right up into their face.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's going to be
And
already the
besides,
next turn,
that's
right?
metagaming, thinking about continuing rage. Agony would just go, Fireball! Ah!
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you wouldn't purposely hit me
I wouldn't.
in a real game. No. Yeah.
But,
If anything, you'd probably try to purposely avoid him.
well, yeah. But I heard him yell out.
Don't hurt the one in front of him.
There's that nice V over there. I'm going to shoot him.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot that guy too.
It's more like a check mark, like it's okay to hit those
True.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another one. Oh, that's
See?
not a good one, but it's something. Put it right.
Fortunately, Fairy Fire doesn't give you any assistance with that.
All right.
So right there.
So right there. All right. So we got 3 of these guys.
Wow, look at that.
That's a
Look at
success. Fail. Success.
You got
All
4
right.
ones in that roll. Look at that.
Yeah. That's
And
unfortunate.
Should one more regular null?
and then regular guy is
And big bad.
fail, and then big guy is success. Thank goodness. All right, and the damage was 21. Okay. So. All right.
For you guys,
Oh, yeah.
you all have advantage on attacking those guys too.
I had 2 fails here. Okay. Whew.
Especially big bad guy.
Yeah, so that Knoll, what did I say? He failed. All right, so the last like normal Knoll dude who was retreating is now dead. He burns up in the flame of your fireball.
Oops.
He got what he deserved.
Should have ran earlier. Trying to get Palooza's back here.
Should have heeded the advice of the scary Knoll who ran in with the guys who dropped fireballs and killed their entire friends all at once.
And Knolls ain't that smart. They didn't think to
There's a
spread
difference
out.
between
Hey.
Intelligence and the willingness to survive.
Hey!
Racing.
It's rice.
All right.
Wait, what's your what's your intelligence modifier, Palouse?
-1.
-1.
Yeah, he's not that dumb.
Could be worse.
Hey, don't tell me I'm the smartest person in the party.
You might actually be.
No, Agony is.
I think Agony is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Don't you have a-
Dominate.
Yeah, I have +2.
To be fair, you guys are pretty dumb on average.
Well,
All right, so is that
I
it?
was
Agony?
born
Are
with
you
your
moving or
fancy
anything?
book learning.
Neither was I.
All right, so Sablin, your turn.
So tell me, Eric, how's the sky looking right now?
It's like a light drizzle that you guys have. It is very cloudy above you.
Bring it.
So
you
so
gonna
so,
be
cloud,
controlling some lightning?
so cloudy that you can't see the moon, or is the moon like peeking
Oh,
out of the
okay.
clouds?
I'll say that you can like see it every once. It's kind of like drifting in and out of clouds.
All right, I look up at the moon, and I just gonna say something to myself. Let's see if this works. I do a spin, a little twirl, and I yell, "In the name of the moon, I'll punish you!"
So wait, did Sablin just go full on Sailor Moon in the middle of combat?
Moon,
Yep.
Saberlin, magic.
So Sablin also has a mini skirt on.
Oh yeah. Do we still have those ginger change candies?
Honestly, that should be the next
Gender change
you make Agony. Susan, Sablin is the magical girl. Sablin, please.
Magical girl.
All right, so where you putting this thing?
I am dropping it right on top of the special. I'm trying to find a 5-foot radius like marker.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
they don't
handout. I was
have
gonna
that.
Find one.
Here, you know what? Actually, I just made one for. I'll make you one for Moonbeam in the future, but for now, I just made one for the dagger. So there you go. Use that. I'll make it so you can use it. Just give me 1 second. Controlled by. All right, you should be able to move that now.
Yeah, right there says hitting the one with the mark on his forehead and number 4.
All right, and they need to make con saves. All right.
Yes,
At
sir.
the start of their turn.
At the start of the
Oh,
turn,
okay.
if they're still in there, or if they enter it.
Okay.
The first time
Cool.
on their turn.
Back there. All right. Perfect.
In the meantime, I am delighted by this pillar of moonlight that is cast down on them, and I
Mhm.
run forward to number 5, just whooping in just glee at my moonbeam.
hmm So yeah, you were like looking at the moon, and it was just as you looked up to it, it was kind of coming out between a few clouds, and then as you cast this moonbeam, the clouds around it like part and start swirling as this beam of radiant energy comes down and slams onto these guys. All right, the giant elk's turn. These fucking templates. I love them, but I hate them. All right.
Artemis, give me your best Michael Jackson hee hee.
Yep.
Simone.
Jamal, Lee. Jamal.
Just wait till I get Dance to Macabre, and then I'll actually do that.
John, what are you doing with this giant elk?
It's going to release its bladder while it tries to get rid of the fear effect. Can then
Oh
move
yeah, I can't
forward.
move closer. That's right. So make your
Charisma save again?
yeah.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
It's just gonna sit there with its legs quivering.
Yeah. Let's see. The DC is
I
14.
think
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. All right. Almost. All right. Orpheus, is he just hanging out with you still?
Yeah, I don't really need Orpheus right now, so just continue
Alright.
to hang out with a bird.
Honestly, when have you needed Orpheus?
There have been times. Anyway, so I'm gonna drop a fireball I start off like I lower my rod, and I initially have like the template situated right here, so I can kill as many things as possible. And I slowly like force my hand like over to the side so I don't kill Palouse.
Yes.
Let's see, move up one more.
This is
There we
why
go.
I'm
So-
also not allowed
Yep.
to be a spellcaster.
And
Now,
Sable?
Sablin is still in there. Just to,
yeah, I'm aware. So
Okay,
sorry,
yeah.
Kyle.
You're just like trying to move.
Yep.
Yeah.
Move it up one.
You can.
You won't be.
Yeah.
No, he
I,
can't.
well, oh yeah, I could move it up.
I mean, you could. Yeah.
Range
You
limitations or no?
120 feet.
No, yeah, it's like 100.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, okay, yeah, my elemental's just out of it then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that. I don't know. I
I
kind
thought
of.
you were doing that
Honestly,
for
wouldn't you
evil
rather hit
Artemis
the
reasons.
elemental?
Oh no. I thought my elemental was in it.
He's not
Okay.
fun. He would never do that intentionally.
Yeah, it's strategically not to my advantage yet.
All right.
So 16, DC 16, 28 damage.
All right. 28 damage. All right. So let's see. These guys. Fail. 28 damage. All right. So numbers 4 and 6 are dead. Whew. And number 5 just barely is still alive. As you see, the fourth fireball of the combat slams into them.
That's some
Okay.
impressive aim.
Thank
Anything
you.
else?
Did Big Scary make it?
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't even. That's important. No, he did not. So that was that 28.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so he
let's-
takes a big whopping hit of fire.
Okay. I'll just step forward, like slowly, with my rod still pointed out, and I'll just yell to police, "She better get the fuck out of here!" And I'll end my turn.
Okay. So these gnolls. Let's see. This one's going to stand up from prone, or I'll go in order. Number 1 is going to rush up towards Junto, and he'll kind of come towards the side, trying to get away from all that flame. Not really smart enough to go into flanking position, but whoa, that was weird. And then make a couple. Is going to drop its bow as it comes in and pulls out the spear. Makes a couple spear attacks. So
Number 2 hits.
number 2 will hit for 8 damage. That's how it comes in and hits Junto. Number 2 is going to just stand up from prone and then also attack Junto. So 15 and 13.
Both hit.
All right, so that's for 12 damage.
Man, Huto's AC sucks. My giant elk has an AC of 14.
Mine's 10. So he's looking pretty rough right now, but he's still up.
Oh, because yours is a normal elk. I was like, why is that different? But that makes sense. Because he's not
Normal-
really a giant elk. He's an elk that's been giantified.
He's an enlarged elk.
He's an elk.
Yeah.
He's an elk that is
What-
giant, not a giant elk.
There you
yeah,
go.
He's been a giantized.
Actually made his HP like max for what their hit dice are because fuck it. It says that they're supposed to be super strong, so
Mhm.
I did that. Okay, anyway.
I mean,
The one in front of you, yeah, exactly, it's Junto. Come on. The one in front of you, Palouse, you see its eyes are like black.
Oh no!
In typical Knoll fashion. And yeah, it's got its like its fur, its sharp features growl at you, as it is going to make a couple of attacks with its spear towards you. So 15 and a 6.
15 hits.
All right, so 3 piercing damage to you as this Knoll does not seem to be moved by your running towards it.
You sure you don't want us to kill it?
I'm not gonna. Can't talk in the middle of the game.
And a couple that you, Sablin, are easily blocked with your shield. As that one is looking real rough, but is growling and baring its teeth at you. All right, Earth Elemental.
Okay. Gonna pop up, step up behind this big scary guy, and just wail on him.
Okay.
Eight's not gonna do it. Eight's not
Not
gonna
gonna
do
do
it.
it.
17 on the first one. He's
Oh,
fully
yes.
fired.
Oh, that's right. So
Actually,
17
that would
hit?
be... Yeah, 17 will hit.
All right.
All right, so what is that, 9 damage? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So he takes a little damage and gets snacked in the back of the head. All right, John, your turn.
Yeah, let's see. How close am I? Yeah, why not? Bonus action dash. So hopefully range. Nope, one more step. Go right here. Say a nice little word and throw a dagger at the cleric or whatever that guy is.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll
Alright.
be silenced. 26.
Yeah, 26 is going to hit.
18 damage.
All right, 18 damage. And here,
You
I'll make
said
another one of
with-
these.
With that hit being that high, is it stuck to him?
Yeah, it's stuck to him.
Okay.
I made some new rules for his dagger where if it's within 5 below his AC, it'll land next to him. And if it's more than 5 above his AC, it actually sticks to him, and so it'll move with him.
Nice.
Ooh, neat.
Unless he I guess I should make a rule.
uses
It'll be an
to
action.
pull it out.
An action to pull it out, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you just throw the dagger and it sticks in, catches a spot in his hide armor and sticks in as he gives a growl. And takes some
Oh.
damage.
Hey, that's now officially on DM's Guild now, apparently. The Totem of the Duck.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I heard of
They
that.
put it
Matthew
in?
Mercer put it up on too, yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
All right. Is that the end of your
It's
turn? Is
free.
that the end of your turn, John?
Yep. Wait, hold on.
Uh,
I am close enough. This one right here, I will use my entertaining quality to give advantage on.
Okay. So that one is actually not prone anymore, but...
You can do like a handstand, wiggle your butt at him or something like. Nah, 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 nah.
Yeah, what do you do?
Well,
What
as
do you
I run
do?
behind him, I'm just gonna, kind of try and line it up to maybe get a good elephant ears behind his head or something, rabbit ears. I don't know.
All right, you do that and give him a little distraction.
Call him a slobbering, mangy, stupid poacher.
Or an adorable puppy.
All right. All right. So now this guy.
Moonbeam.
Yep, starts us.
Oh yes, Moonbeam. Christ. So he makes a con save.
I think he makes it.
All right. So
That's a good concept.
what does he do? He has.
It's it would be 8 damage normally, but saved for half damage, so it'd be 4, I believe.
All right.
And if he's a shapeshifter, reveals his true form, but I'm pretty sure he's not.
Yeah, he's still a scary knoll guy,
Nuts.
and let's see. So what he's gonna do on his turn, seeing like everybody falling around him and going down, he like turns and pulls out from the side. You see this. Everybody's around him, so I guess Palouse and Sablin and John, you would see this well. He pulls out this blue orb that has like swirling. It looks like water that's just like swirling super fast, like a whirlpool, inside of it. And he takes it and he just puts it above his head and smashes it on the ground.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And this huge blast of water comes flying out, and so everybody, let's see, within a 40-foot radius, which, let me grab one of those real quick. Too many fucking handouts. All right, here we go. Yes, thank you.
Oh.
Oh my.
All right, so that'll be Junto, Sablin, Palouse, John, the Earth Elemental, and all of the Gnolls are going to make strength saving throws.
I get advantage because I'm raging.
21.
Until get advantage because he's huge.
16.
Why did it have to be strength?
Uh,
I got
Oh
a
my.
16. I hope 16 is
Alright.
good enough.
Let me look on the item.
Kyle,
real
that's a
quick.
9.
Let's see. Just a second, I gotta grab
What's the
this item
DC?
real quick. The DC is 16, so you
I
just
made it.
Yeah. And it looks like Junto's okay. John and Sablin, you're gonna each get pushed 10 feet away. So I'll move you. And are knocked prone. And
Okay.
are going to take,
Darn.
as this just like huge wall of water comes pushing at you, and Sable or Palouse, you bar yourself against it, and
I'm too determined.
Palouse and John, you each take 14 bludgeoning damage as this,
So I take 7 damage.
and you take 7.
No, I think he means
Palouse.
stable.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sablin and John will take 14, and then
The elemental will take 7.
Palouse, you take 7. The elemental. Did you roll for the elemental? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
do
I had a
I,
20.
wait. Do I take half? Because if I take half of half. Because it's bludgeoning.
Yeah, so you would take half of half. So you take 3.
Yeah, you
bludgeoning damage.
made the save, and it's bludgeoning damage, so you take, yeah.
Okay.
And I have a quick question. Is that bludgeoning damage considered magical damage?
Yes,
Okay.
it would
so-
be.
Okay.
So you wouldn't take half, right?
No, I
Magical
would...
bludgeoning.
Well, no,
The
it
Earth
doesn't...
Elemental would not
the-
take half.
I take
Exactly.
half.
So
Halus does whether it's magical or not.
Right, so
Okay.
You have
Siglet,
resistance,
or,
bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Doesn't
Right,
matter if it's magical or not.
the elemental
Got
is
it,
taking
got it.
7.
And Junta
Alright.
just took 7 damage, didn't he?
Yeah, Junta takes 7.
Bye,
Oh.
Junto!
Oh no! So Junto just like he sees this wall and he's like, "Uh-oh," and then he just gets hit by it and like goes up in a puff
poof.
of spiritual energy, of like moon energy. It's like these kind of like twinkles come up.
Gnarly,
from Junto.
man!
It kind of
Who's
smells.
that?
you
Chill!
You hear, "I'll be back."
It kind of smells a little bit like skunk, but not like skunk, you know, where you poofed.
All right, so let me do this for these guys real quick.
Yeah,
Strength
not
saves.
quite like skunk.
They're not quite
All
like
right,
skunk smell.
All right, so one of them fails and is just killed. Each of these guys takes 14, so
Halus, use your reaction to catch the one you care about.
By the way, never mind. Yeah. Never mind.
all right.
Never mind.
So that one gets hurt, and this
Oh.
one gets hurt
How are they getting hurt? Who's hitting him?
from the water. The gnolls are getting hit by it too.
Does that mean my weasel's dead?
Yeah, your weasel with
They're
its
both
3
dead.
hit points is gonna be dead. Yeah, both your weasels.
Got
No, Kodo, Podo!
No.
You will get avenged!
Just disappear.
Poof.
And suddenly it just starts pouring rain as this
Ah.
orb explodes. It just like starts pouring rain on you guys, and and everything is now difficult terrain,
Except
which
Question.
you avoid, Palouse.
Yeah, okay.
But this whole area is like you see there's clouds. The clouds like have now are gathering even more, and it's just like dumping rain on you.
Agony, our thunder attack will automatically hit them now.
I don't have to.
They'll hit
Alright,
us too. John too. You'll probably knock him out.
All right, so Palouse, it is going to be your turn now.
Okay, I'm going to do 2 things. First, I am going to use my new item, the Gauntlets of Brute Force, as a bonus action and attempt to grapple Pox.
All right. So is
So
your
she
bonus
must-
action is try
She
to
must
grapple?
make a strength or acrobatics check. Athletics or acrobatics, one of the 2.
Okay, I'm going to
Athletics or
say. Wait, let me look at what stats. Strength's better for them, so I'm going to say strength.
So she has to do
Uh,
athletics then.
Athletics. Well, actually, let me just see real quick if they have.
Yep,
yeah, they
probably have
have.
high dex too. I don't know.
No, it's the same actually. So I'll just. Yep.
Okay, I get advantage.
gonna
because
get her.
I'm raging. Cool. Okay, so I've grappled her. I am dashing my action and moving 30 feet in this direction, carrying her with me.
Okay.
So
Great.
if you
Yeah,
can
so
move us
move over
both,
there.
that'd be great.
Sure. Yeah. Boom.
Perfect.
As you just grab Pox in front of you and start pulling her off to the side of the road.
Okay.
She's like
I'll
growling
save you.
at you.
I'll save you.
Okay. Agony. Your turn. So it's like now just pouring rain on you guys.
Ugh. God damn it! I hate when my dress gets wet.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting super wet.
God damn it. I don't really need to move forward. I'll let Palouse do what he's doing and try and firebolt. Cleric man, nope. It's raining, you know, it just kind of sizzled in the air as I threw it
Which one are you throwing it at?
at the cleric.
He's got advantage. He's
Well,
still fairy fired.
Yep,
17.
that's
well,
true.
Then it hits. Look at that.
Just because that's just your concentration. They don't get like
Yep,
other
I
saves
did
on
my
it. Right?
concentration back, and I did my check.
Yeah, that's right. I saw that. All right, yeah. So you do hit him then.
Oh look.
Ooh, nice. You've been
Nice.
rolling good tonight. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I
Been
still say
rolling
fairy fire,
average.
probably the best spell in the
Average.
game.
Yeah.
Rolling.
Good
Except for that
average.
fireball. That fireball was a little. Last fireball. was right.
You're doing your best, you know. All right.
Uh,
All right. Yeah, that one's getting pretty bloodied up. I mean, it's already been bloodied, but it's you can't really see its aura right now, but it's orange.
Actually, I'm actually going to move up. So, yeah. You never know.
Getting awfully close there.
I don't like being in the middle of these tunnels, actually.
Yeah, you're just like walking amongst all these corpses.
I realized that might be like the first time I've actually taken damage this entire campaign.
I think it is. The god is wounded.
It was an unavoidable. Well, you got closer than you usually do. All right. Sablin, your turn.
Before anything else, I'm gonna roll my concentration save for the big water punch.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That-
So Moonbeam is still up, I assume.
Yes. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna spend my movement to get back up, and I'm just gonna whip out 2 javelins and hurl them both at Cleric Guy because he killed my elk.
Okay.
Nice.
Do they both hit?
Both of those javelins are gonna hit. Yeah.
Man, I wish I could do smites on range attacks, but oh well, this is good enough.
Yes, that's 17 points of damage. Nice.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's looking just on the verge of death.
And the limit.
Okay. Alright, the giant elk. Still scared, I believe.
Probably.
Doesn't have to make a save at his
Yeah.
turn, or-
Are you there, John?
Yes.
Yeah, so you want to just make a save for that, for the giant elk?
For.
For being frightened.
Oh, yeah. He's free!
Yeah. Yes. He feels much better now as you as he stops pissing.
Yep.
All right. And is there anything Orpheus wanted to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna send Orpheus over to this guy. Just have him flap over and do help, and just sort of pester him. So next attack against him has advantage. So now we have advantage.
Picking in his eyes.
Oh. Yep. What you cut out there at the end? Would you say you're giving advantage?
Oh yeah, I'm giving advantage against Knoll 1.
Okay, I see.
Yep.
I got it. I see him now. Sorry, things get lost in this crazy ass map that this stupid dungeon master made.
Who
How you
did
doing?
Alright.
all the numbers?
Yeah,
and
he's
everything?
doing
It actually
fine.
makes it really easy to tell which one's which. The numbers help
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The numbers are good. All right. All right. So you do that. All right. Now it's your turn.
Yep.
Artemis.
I'll just move over to this, and I'm just gonna do Eldritch Blast on Priest guy. 11. Oh no, hang on. No. So we've got 27 and 21.
Yeah. Well, those are gonna hit.
Okay, so 22 damage.
All right. Explain to me how
What's
this
your
priest
two
guy.
hit? Damn, okay.
My 2 hit is 8. I'm sorry. What, Eric?
Explain to me
Oh, okay.
the death of this priest man.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll just level my wand or rod or what. First shot fires it into the earth elemental. He just sort of slams up against it. I then just sort of close my eyes, and you see sort of like a pair of pale, lithe arms sort of entwine, like reachers entwine them around his right arm, and just sort of adjust his stance for him. And then he fires again and blasts the knoll like right through the head.
All right.
And the knoll dies silent.
Yeah. And nobody hears
Without
his
even
vo-
There's like steam coming off him in the rain.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Let's see. These last hunters now, they're just going to try and book it. So yeah,
Okay.
these ones are just going to start running full speed out this
I've-
way. And in fact,
I've Fox grappled.
yeah, you have, and yeah. So I guess actually Pox will try to break free.
Okay, just to do athletics.
Yeah. So
Oh
18.
no!
You want to make a strength?
Ah! Oh,
You're
I have
raging,
advantage!
you have
I
advantage.
have advantage!
Yeah.
Ah! Yes!
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So she's trying to get out, but you hold on to her, and she's furious. All right, and we'll actually end initiative now, as the last two are just running off into the distance, and it's pouring rain on you guys. Do you want to? Is anyone chasing after those two, or?
No.
As
Might
you
take
have a
one
firm.
more shot at the number 2.
Okay. Go ahead. Make a shot as it runs away. 17 will hit. And 4 damage. Yeah, you hit it and it like, but it keeps running.
Oh no, that's all. I just wanted to give it one last get the fuck out of here.
And it got the message. Message received.
Then I pick up my dagger, clean off my dagger, and I walk over to Pelus, and I just don't say a word.
John, give me your candy.
And I raise an eyebrow and I go, okay, and I hand him a piece of candy.
Give me the one that gives me memories.
I don't have that.
Mm,
Wait, maybe I do. Which one's that? Mama's Marvelous
Rememorizer?
Memories?
mhm.
Yeah, I have like 10 of those. I hand him 3.
I feed one of I feed all 3 to her just immediately. I'm gonna step them down her throat.
Okay, you feed 3 of the Rememorizers, right? Yeah, that's what it's called. Alright, so roll 1d4 3 times.
The Mama's Marvelous Rememorizers?
Mhm.
No, that's the Mama's Marvelous Moonshine. The Rememorizer is just their Rememorizer.
Yeah, I don't have
Alright,
any
so
of those.
2 4s and a 1. Alright. So the first one you shove in, and why don't you just give me, let's just do, maybe for each of them, let's do a strength contest to see if you can get it. Because you're like trying to like shove them down her throat. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
We'll just do one
Step
general.
around.
We'll just do a general strength contest
That's not good.
to see.
Oh, I still got it in.
Yeah, so she's really trying not to, but you just like have this pack of 3 and you shove them in, and as these, she's like, for a
So,
second, kind of like gathering herself.
I take 3 shots of Mama's Marvelous Moonshine then.
No, no, no.
I concentrate looking at her eyes and pinning her down on the floor.
Okay.
Remember me, Pox. Pox.
So you pin her down, and just a second. Let me go look at what those effects do. We know what 4 does. Okay. Let's see. All right, so you shove those down her gullet, and she's like suffering, and you see like her eyes are just going wild, and she looks so scared. She has this, and she's like, "Get off me! Get off me!" And but then quiets down for a moment, and then she says, as she like looks, her face kind of goes blank as she's and her eyes unfocus, and she says, "What is this? What did you feed me? Who are you?"
Pox, you know me. We're from the same tribe. The Fairkin.
I know Fairkin. I'm Mischiver. What is this?
Mischiver? What the hell are you talking about?
What is this poison you gave me?
It's not poison. It'll activate your memories.
She looks like extremely confused. Why don't you make me a persuasion check?
I give him the mood fish. It shows he speaks the truth.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, there we go.
The mood fish knows the truth.
It can't be. How could it be? Where do you come from? What is this?
We came from Silvery Forest, Moon. Shit. Come on.
She seems like she's calmed down a lot. Like she's not struggling against you anymore. But she's just like extremely confused.
But she still has black eyes.
She still has black eyes.
Pox.
You can make a religion check, or
Well,
yeah.
wait for this line. Fox!
Okay.
You are a follower of Hiniku. Don't you remember?
Who is Hinaku? With your religion check, you see that whatever rites of Hinaku that she had been either born into or had been performed on her have been somehow reversed. And you think maybe you need to perform those rites again to free her of Yanogu's persuasion.
How blooded is she?
How bloody?
She got hit by something, right? What did she get hit by?
The water.
Yeah, she's like just at half hit points about.
I'm gonna make 2 attacks
Bonk. Bonk.
on her head. So I'm gonna ungrapple her.
Okay.
But she's still on the ground, so is technically, do I get advantage or no?
Sure, yeah.
If
Because yeah, she's just like confused and like holding her head.
15
Oh,
damage. I'm gonna go for. I'm just gonna try to knock her out.
Yeah, and 15. Yeah, she had 12 hit points. So yeah, you knock her out as you pop with like the blunt side of your axe, and she like looks up to you in horror and anger right as you attack, and then you take her out, and she gets knocked unconscious. And mind you, I don't want you to forget that it is pouring rain on you guys right now, and like the winds are starting to pick up, and it is a like you're having to yell to hear each other, as it is this like torrential downpour around you.
Do some ambient water music, like water sound.
Okay.
Darling, you didn't have to do that. I could have charmed her, and then we wouldn't have to carry her. If I assume that's what you intend to do.
Throw her on the elk.
Let's hurry up and get back to the town as soon as we can. We don't know how the other guys did. We have to go.
There's this sound. You can put music with it too if you want to. You just have to put in the repeat.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just
Put a
kidding.
repeat. Add music too.
Come
You can
on,
lower the volume so it's not too loud.
we have to check on the other roads.
I'm carrying her. Myself. I'm gonna put her on my back.
Don't slow you
Okay.
down too much. John, is the elk still okay? I'm trying to like yell it over the rain.
Yeah, he's fine.
Can we strap her to your elk? Mine's kind of. I hope it's okay.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna get on the elk.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and help him strap her to the elk with like my own rope and his rope and just try and get her on there good. So
Okay.
get back.
I'm gonna try to get on the elk with her if that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, once we get off the elk, all we have to do is just put her down on the ground, tie her arms up, put the immovable rod over her, and click it on.
That would work. If Artemis wanted to do that. Because it's his rod.
Rod, Artemis, will you use your rod for the good of everyone else? Specifically, Pelus, your best friend.
Your very best friend, Paluz.
Artemis? Are you
Josh,
there?
You're muted, probably.
Josh?
If you're there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I had myself on push to talk.
Nope.
Yeah, use the rod. It's fine.
Okay, well,
Also, I don't know any. Yeah, I don't know anything about this whole best friend shit, but whatever.
You said so early. Anyway, let's go.
We'll figure this out later. We have to check on the town.
what?
Get on the elk.
Okay!
Yeah, how many people can fit on said elk?
I can walk.
It's humongous. I mean, it's huge. So, I'd say 4 grown people could fit on there.
I will run.
I know I'm super heavy because of my armor and all that, so I'll run also unless
I will also
there's
run.
room.
I think there's gonna be room. I think they'll. Oh wait, hang on. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I can almost keep up with the elk at a brisk pace.
Yeah, and mind you, it is like already the earth is getting very muddy and slippery, and
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to get back.
It's gonna be some slogging to get back to the town.
As we're riding back, I'm going to clutch my boar tusk necklace, and I'm going to just gently pat Pox's unconscious body, and say, "We'll make it. We'll make it."
I'm just gonna start ice skating through the mud.
All right. Great. So as you guys head back, let's take a quick break. I'm gonna go use the bathroom and
Okay.
come
Like
back.
10 minutes or so.
Yeah, like 10 minutes. Sounds good.
Okay.
You guys destroyed that fucking Knoll band.
I knew it wasn't gonna be so bad.
You gotta
I
hype it
didn't
up.
know the numbers until someone told me the actual numbers today. I'm like, oh, okay, we got this.
You should put a real thing that I was worried about. That would have fucked this up pretty hard.
Well, we don't
Yeah.
know. We may.
I think part of it's
Who
like that
knows?
also, like, we did the whole day with non-combat stuff to where we had this
That
telegraph
actually
huge.
kind of fucked me over a little because I was drunk going in, and I also had most of my bag of tricks down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And still,
I
we did
also
fine.
3 shots
for
of
now.
moonshine as soon as combat was over. So hey,
Just so we had full resources
Oh, God.
going in. So yeah, 4 fireballs will take quick work on most things. Yeah, but then again, we're probably in the town, and like the real Null War boss will be in there. In this town
God,
square.
just don't even.
You can't make one that fast. Oh, maybe.
We'll find out. All I know is we did our work in like 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds. So.
I kind of wish my moonbeam had
About 12
done
seconds
more
total to
work,
be exact.
but it was cool.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I wish your moonbeam had done a little bit more. It's together.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all the things around it just popped into ashes before I could really do much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna
Your
complain
moonbeam
about
was
that.
tiny. Your moonbeam was tiny in comparison to the fireballs.
Yeah. So the reason why Moonbeam didn't do much is because you guys destroyed them,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
we kinda-
all right.
Yeah, we kind of Nova'd that one. So anyway.
What's funny is I've actually got a lot of spell slots left. I was not expecting to end up with that many left. So hey,
I literally used a little bit, almost half my spell points.
Oh yeah, there's more fights.
Yeah, I'm certain we've still got the worst is yet to come.
At least it wasn't the thing that I thought it was.
I'm a little sad that Junto bit it though. I was kind of hoping to pull off a run where the Fine Steve mount never dies, but yeah, that was unavoidable.
We tried.
So is Junto dead forever?
No.
I know that I can summon Steed again, like as long as I have a slot for it and do the proper like casting time and all that. It doesn't say it will be the same one. I just kind of assumed it'd be the same one, but it's really up to Eric whether it's Junto again or some new elk.
We'll see.
It's Junto's brother.
Junto. Junto with an H.
And his brother doesn't do marijuana. Nope.
He's super straight edge, or he's an alcoholic.
No, he's an alcoholic. and then every time you do the resummon, it's just gonna be a new different type of drug or horrible substance.
A
Elk
different
number
druggie.
Elk number 3, Tunto, huge cokehead.
Oh yeah, it's going to battle, dude.
I got a ramp. Got a ramp.
Amazing. 10 out of 10. Best lore. I'm like starving. I've eaten one meal all day.
You're the
Had some
one who's
tasty
home all day.
Cajun brats
eating more.
earlier. They're pretty good.
Do you think the best movie makers play D&D just so they can get some ideas?
I
Maybe.
mean, like, part of D&D is just, like, improv storytelling, which is just a really fun, creative exercise in and of itself, so... I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, that's what I would do if I was a movie maker.
Like, I'm sure, like, half of the old, like, D&D, like, novels are just people transcribing their campaigns.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I remember, like being, like, in high school and reading the first Dragonlance books, and they're just being, like, I forget what scene it was, but there's a scene that just completely jumped out and be like, oh, they just did that and recorded it, huh? Because it's a weird, like, little scene that didn't really do anything, but, like, okay, I can see that being in here if it held a little bit of, like, nostalgia for one of the people writing this. Little things like that.
Right. No, get down. Bad dog. Get down. Now come here. Okay, get down.
I thought about just throwing a bunch of elements at you guys at the end.
Just something would happen.
Just throw a dragon at us.
But I was like really on the fence on that last round. I had the tokens out and I was like about to do it, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, they just destroyed these guys. Good on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caster,
I don't just need to have the whole, because then the whole session would have been combat, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna do that.
when the caster threw down the orb for like,
That's pretty
their
cool.
big,
Mhm.
like, it was really cool. I was expecting like after the wave for just a big water elemental just like spread
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
like
yeah. I thought that's what he had done.
Yeah. Because like we've seen Artemis throw his Earth Elemental gems a couple times, like, oh, these guys have bigger, better gems. Oh no!
Yeah, it wasn't planned that way, but then I thought about turning it into that, but then I was like, we've already had a 2-hour combat. I don't necessarily.
Make it 3 hours.
And even with a water elemental, it's not gonna turn the tide that much. But
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, probably kind of puts the.
It turned the tide.
Hello.
Hello.
No.
see, if you really wanted to fuck us, when we kill gnolls, they like the moisture inside of them bursts out as water elementals.
Blood
Mhm.
elementals.
Yeah. And then the trick is strategically kill gnolls, like time the killing of the gnolls, so you don't get
Oh.
overrun by elementals.
Yeah, you guys
Good
killed
idea.
like
Let
the
me write that
entire group of gnolls in one round.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this second wave will come in like right as they're like whittling down that first wave, and it'll be a nice.
Nope.
I was like, nope.
You're gonna need to up some combat.
I know,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I know it was.
Well, I mean, hey,
super-
it's the first combat of level 5, so I mean,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I know
this
it was
is
like
the new
it's-
tier.
I know it's super reasonable to like have warned us that the next wave was coming in 2 turns, but if we didn't know the wave was coming, we might not have cleared that first wave so fast, and that would cause real problems having them both kind of pile up.
Mm-hmm.
But
The
I don't know. I mean, like,
I think we would have fireballed this. I think we would have done the same exact.
that's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah, we-
actually.
It would have just been more people to fireball at one time.
That was a lot of fun, though. I had a good time in that. Just
good.
Mhm.
ramming people,
Slaughtering them.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Jumping
the
up.
thing too. Like gnolls aren't hard for you guys now. You know, it's like it's gonna. Gnolls are like a very low level thing. So until you get into like the bigger, badder gnolls, these normal gnolls are nothing.
the fucking Flins and
Yeah, exactly.
those weird hyena
Oh.
demons.
We got a lot of fun. We got a lot of cool moments in that fight, like Junto charging a dude and then Sable and swinging off his neck to chop one set off and then jumping off onto another one.
That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
I
were some
felt-
good
gotta
moments.
say.
I felt good. That was awesome.
It's not every fight needs to be super challenging. You guys were just like super badass. Killed everything.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, if we didn't have all of our resources and stuff like that, that fight could have been very challenging. But we
Mhm.
just had, we just sort of novaed it. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
then we did
exactly.
we did that fight again because the town folks failed. So then we have to do the same exact fight.
Yeah.
Except
Right
except instead of them coming onto us, we'll be going at them because they'll already be in the town square.
or maybe Harburg is more competent than we've known, and he's done his job for once, and everything's fine.
Nice joke.
I
But
know.
how is that for dramatic tension, though?
I'm fine with it. Feels good to me.
The dramatic
Are-
tension, though.
The hell with your dramatic tension.
There's a lot of
We're playing
The
a
dramatic
story.
tension was these past 2 weeks.
It was a lot of tension.
I finally just deleted all of the green grass stuff from the Red Large page, so
Oh.
sorry guys. It's over.
Wait, what do you
Don't
mean? The
worry.
drinking contest is not okay?
No,
We
you
did
can do that
in
stuff.
under an hour.
Yeah.
No.
We
Okay.
did kill those gnolls pretty fast, and he would get back there in time for the drinking
Yeah,
contest.
literally, like only like
Yeah.
15 minutes has passed, so not
And
even
I'm
that.
bringing a Nolan to the
Yeah.
town.
Hey Harvey,
Yeah.
just threw a few fireballs. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, that was
Still
like 5. That
drinking
was like 30 seconds.
I,
contest. Wait, really?
for all we know, Harbuck hasn't even found the gnolls yet.
That's true.
Literally, we just go in and we slice down his group next, then he's standing there waiting for an hour. We go down and we kill the other group right before they get there. Then we're back in town waiting for them all to get there, having the drinking competition without them.
Was that really only 5 turns?
Yeah.
Maybe 6. I think
Yes.
I think it was only 5 with the surprise round.
hmm
So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's less than a minute. Wow.
If,
Yeah, we
if
need-
anything,
we need higher combat.
well, if anything, we should have like left them at the town to like guard the.
Actually, most combat ends within, I'd say, 5 to 10 rounds. Like, going even to 10 rounds is pretty ridiculous.
yeah. I just got to give guys more hit points and.
Well, unless your
Damn it.
creatures, you know what I mean? Unless your creatures are playing, like, hit and run tactics and stuff, generally combat ends pretty quickly because it just scales that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and
The only
like
creatures that give trouble are hit and run tactics, the assholes like dragons who go and hit you and then run off into darkness and make you chase and find them.
yeah,
But I don't think we're at the high enough level to really start fighting truly intelligent creatures yet.
Well,
I mean, these
I don't
gnolls could
know.
very well have done that.
we have a lot of magic items, stuff like that.
To some degree, yes. To some degree, no.
I mean, truth be told, like this fight could have gone very differently if the gnolls had just been spaced differently.
Yeah,
If they weren't
Yeah.
within a fireball range, radius.
but they
Especially
also,
like
you know,
like I
do
don't
run
I don't
into
want to
attacks like that.
away here,
so-
Eric. But some of those gnolls aren't those like gnoll like flesh gnars, and they have that weird like dash thing they can do.
yeah. But the problem was, you guys got everything before they had like.
We killed them before their
you guys
turn.
surprised them. Yeah, because I had planned it out like okay, because I actually didn't have any of those guys, but there was the hyenas can move way faster. So I was like, all right, all the hyenas are gonna charge in, and that'll be like the first wave. but you guys surprised them, and so you like caught them while they were all still a pack.
Mm-hmm.
So-
So they aren't.
Yeah, but I don't know. You know, I think. Yeah, I was expecting you guys to slaughter the gnolls, but just not that handily. But that's all right.
I heard lightning.
Yeah, there's some storming going on here. It's pretty intense.
It's getting all spooky now, guys.
We got some dramatic scene tension.
We got the same pox.
Well, you don't know what's going on back in Red Large. Everybody's
Don't say
already dead.
Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me. They died in 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was quick death.
We get to our house. We get to our house, and it's just the end of episode 9 of Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah, they're all fucking hands on pikes.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jacqueline, no! Jump boy!
That'd be terrible.
It's not funny when it happens to me.
I know, right?
It wasn't funny when it happened to Devilman.
No, I laughed.
Feels bad. I'm making food right now, so I'm just gonna RP while I'm making food. That's cool, guys.
Tell me the recipe where you're making
Yeah.
loose
It's
character.
crack slaw.
It's crack slaw.
Yeah, you're the new Palouse.
Okay.
Yeah, are you guys ready to go? Should we just get started and you can...
Is Sam here?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Susan here? Well, there goes that.
Just give her another minute. And so after the combat, you guys just mounted up and headed out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did my scene with
Yeah.
Pogs.
One or two of us might be straggling behind because I think only a certain amount can be on John Zelg.
Mhm.
I'm sure we're.
I'm not gonna struggle behind, dude. I could fucking run 90 feet around.
I'm letting my elemental carry me, and because the elemental's not slowed by the mud, so.
Perfect.
I'm just
I guess I
crawling through
probably
the.
should
just
get
crawl-
on the elk.
Like in my mind, John is double dashing his way back, and the way he's doing it is just by like ice skating through the mud. Just glide, stride, glide, stride.
Ow, ow, ow. Yeah.
So Susan and Ryan,
I'm-
could we get started?
Yes.
You
Yes.
guys...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here in spirit.
Good.
He's here.
That's all that matters. All right, so you guys are trudging back to Red Larch, and I mean, you guys had made it like 5 to 10 minutes outside of town, and now it's raining so hard it takes you a little bit longer to get back. But as you come back into town, you see people are like, all of the wagons and the different shops that were set up all along the street are like hastily closing door and cleaning up and like trying to like put everything in their wagons and get them sealed against this like raging storm that's happening outside.
Okay.
And
Raging gnolls that are outside. Oh God!
but it seems like
It's
people
raining no.
are like out of their people left indoors, and maybe not everybody, but at least the people who have wagons and had like setups and were selling things or playing their game or whatever it was, they're cleaning up like frantically and putting things away. You see the dark guy in front of you is like quickly trying to clean up everything and put all his prizes away. And as you come in to town, and where are you guys headed first? Actually, I guess you would see. I'm sorry. You would see right when you come down, because you're entering from the large path here. You would see ahead of you one of the big. You see, like towering above the houses, is one of Valklandar's machines that's just standing there. It's the lumbering logger, the one that has like 2 big buzzsaw hands, and is like standing upright and just standing there as the rain's falling down upon it. And as you approach, you see further down the Cairn Road, there are some corpses of town guards and many gnolls, and the gnolls are just like torn up, presumably from this guy.
Is there any alive?
It looked like the guards also took friendly fire from the big thing.
Make an investigation check.
Damn it, I have to walk
Well, that
downstairs.
is not my strong suit, but let's see how it goes.
Or
No,
do
you don't
want
need to
me-
make one. You don't need to make one, Palouse. You don't see anybody alive there. It's like there's like one town guard who's alive, but he has like another guard who's like helping him get up and like tending to his wounds, and so there's like a couple guards there, but it seems like there's nobody left.
On the Cairn Road.
Yeah, like all the gnolls are dead, and the town's guard, there's just this one wounded guy and like the other, his buddy, who's like patching him up. And then besides that, it's just people like frantically trying to get their shit packed up.
I'll rush over to the guy who's like getting help. I'll ask him. Casualty report. How many?
Everyone. Harburg survived, but he ran off to check on the other group.
Okay.
And he points up to the machine. This machine came and helped us, and the other one headed over towards the other front with this
Okay.
guy in all black robes.
Oh, good.
Should we head up that way now? You think they're still fighting?
We better.
We should, yes.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
go check on them.
I can't do that.
What do you mean you can't do that?
We have to tend to her.
Why don't we leave her with the guards, and then we go deal with the problem, and then the guards will make sure she's safe until we come back.
We can't.
Yeah,
leave
really,
with
we
the
can do
guards.
this in 10 minutes. Hold on.
We can't leave with
Yeah,
the
that's-
guards.
You captured one, huh? That's good. That's
No,
good.
This is not one we captured. She's separate. She's something different.
She's under our custody. Now yours will handle it.
He kind of gives you this weird look. It's like, all right,
Yeah, don't worry about it. Come on, let's head on out. Let's head on to the main road, long road.
all right. So you
I
guys,
turned to- Go
go ahead.
ahead. I turned to Palouse, so like, if you need to deposit her like inside like the caves underneath our house or somewhere in the house, do that. But we have to head to the long road. Yeah, we have to head to the long road as soon as possible.
Isn't the like little prison where they had?
At Harbrook's house.
Yeah, isn't that like right next to our house?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
It's across the street, yeah.
It's number 11 here.
I can't. I'm not there, so I'm assuming that's close.
It's across the street.
It's
Yeah.
across the
street
street.
from
Sorry.
Okay.
Before he heads that way, I'm going to.
It's actually on the way.
Before he heads that way, I'm gonna get Palouse's attention. Like, I wouldn't trust her in Harper's care. We should look after her ourselves.
Well, we can't look after her.
We don't have a cell, then we have to go.
She's not conscious. We have to put her in a cell.
We either take her with
I'm
us.
sure
we
Harbrook
have
is
a
busy up
cell?
north, so we could drop her off in the cell at his place.
Exactly.
If so,
We don't have
Yeah,
time
I
to-
feel more worried about leaving her unattended in a cell than attended.
Fuck her,
with
let's just
specific
bring her with us.
instructions.
We're debating on something that we may not even have to debate about.
I prefer we
Okay.
take her with us. Yes.
Stride.
Okay, I'll do
Lie.
that.
Let's go.
So you keep moving around and head up, and as you come around the corner, you see out front of the quarry. There you can see it from far away. You see big, that other machine that's like more squat to the ground but longer, and it looks more. It's got kind of the shape of like or the size of like a big truck, but it's got like spider legs almost, and two big like excavator claws that come off the back of its torso, and then it's got like a bulldozer in front of it, and it is just scooping up corpses, it looks like, and putting them like in a container on its back with
I
its
look at
big
the party
excavator
and I just
claws.
go, why didn't we buy one of those?
I mean, technically we kind of did, but we kind of bought 10, but anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. I didn't remember because I was thrown out before we got to that part of business.
Maybe.
From the weird lady who definitely is not a robot.
Definitely.
As you approach, you see Harbrook waves at you, and he says, "Hey there, how'd you fare?"
It was easy.
We took
He
him
like-
out quickly. Are
We
there
had a
any
great
more?
casualty.
When you say it was easy, he like grits his teeth, and it's like, easy? I lost nearly all my men.
What he means to say, it was easy to kill Knowles because we don't care, I guess. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah.
there, I see, yes. There's no offense, Palouse.
I look at Artemis and I go, no, it was easy. Like, you did one
I'd
fire
nudge him.
and then he did one fire and they were all dead.
Well, maybe next time we need to think of a new strategy because they just tore us to pieces. But
Yeah,
luckily,
fireballs seem to do the trick.
yeah, we don't have any of those.
Oh,
Are there
Well,
any
it's
more
good to
coming?
see.
We should
It's
look
good to
into
see you're
getting
safe,
some of those.
Harbrook. How's Travolta? Is Travolta still around?
She's in the temple, being tended to. She took a terrible slice, but it seems like she'll be okay.
Okay, good.
So it seems like we got all of the waves of Knowles then.
It seems so, but I don't understand what they were coming for. Clearly, they knew that Maybe they didn't
We
know
forgot
you
to
would
loot.
be.
Well, I imagine we can go back and collect everything here in a moment. And as soon as the danger is sufficed, I imagine the bodies aren't going anywhere.
We were lucky we had you all, and Valklandar. I mean, if it wasn't for Valklandar's machines, we would
I'm
have.
gonna whisper to Artemis, go, do we tell him about the water cult?
I don't see how it's going to help anything right now. Let's just keep that close to the vest.
Oh, okay.
And you see Zelroth standing nearby as well. And at the mention of Valklandar, he says, "We were happy to help." And Harbrook says, "Yes, that was impressive. You were just scooping up those gnolls. That was..." And he kind of turns back to you guys. He goes, "We were facing off. We were outnumbered. They had taken us down. The second wave had just arrived. And that machine came plowing out of nowhere and was just scooping gnolls out of the ground and throwing it into this container. It's some sort..." And he like knocks on the back of it. Like you see, there's like this big container on the back. And he says, if I dare ask," and he turns back to Zelroth, "what are you going to do with those gnolls? We could sure use a good hanging after this. Bring the town spirits up." And Zelroth says, "I'm sorry, sir. Those gnolls are property of Valklandar now."
No, the property of me.
Wait, are they alive?
He smirks at you. Harbrook says, "Oh yeah, he was scooping up just live gnolls. Like, took out half their force. When we were fighting them, there's got to be like 6 or 7 in there."
We need to
We
question.
can use those.
We need to question them before anything else. We know things about the gnolls that
They need to stand trial.
Well, trial for gnolls, I mean, they were attacking us. We don't really have that kind of a legal system here in Red Larch.
Then we shall create one. I will be the judge.
Harbrook face palms. Well, I see you caught one there. How about interrogating her?
Don't worry, we will.
She's
But
We will.
we will.
what's Valklandar? What's Valklandar gonna do with half a dozen gnolls? I'll ask Zalrosh.
Mm-hmm. He says, "That's none of your business."
Huh.
None of my business, to be honest. Valklandar does what Valklandar does. But he likes experiments and monstrous beasts like gnolls, or he kind of glares at Palouse, are always good for experimenting.
What do you mean by
Glare at him.
experiments?
And I look at him and I go, guys like you are always good to make bitches out of.
He just smirks at you and says, "All right, whatever." And to Sablin, he says, "Well, don't ask me to tell you about the ways of powerful wizards. That's not my expertise. I just keep him and his property safe. That's my expertise."
Works for me.
Proper wizards.
But why are you so worried about it? We saved the town. You saved the town.
It's
We're on
true.
the same team here.
Palouse's ear is gonna twitch, and then he's going to say to him,
Those gnolls aren't yours. They're mine.
Well, I think you had a bunch of gnolls up there that you could have taken. You got one yourself. Look at that. You ever heard of the term finders keepers?
They're
People
not just property.
aren't property to just take whenever you feel like it.
They are sort of when they charge a town in a murderous rampage.
Harburg is like slowly backing away from this confrontation. He's like kind of like excusing himself a little bit. And Zelroth says, "Listen, I don't know. This isn't my decision to make. I have an employer. He tells me what to do. When we take prisoners, I take them back to him."
Where is Valgandar? We would like to talk with him. And his experiments.
Liberty to say, but
Well, where would you meet him to deliver these prisoners?
like I said, I don't think I'm at liberty to say.
You better
Well-
be at the liberty say.
Well, I'll look over at Palouse and I'll look over at him. And I'll say, well, clearly there's a conflicting party here after these gnolls. So why don't you help me help you here?
Well, I'll tell you this. He does have somewhat of a public persona over in Westbridge. He has a shop set up there.
Okay.
I don't think he's at it very much, but I think they're more amenable to setting up appointments.
Is that where you would be taking these gnolls?
Like I said, I'm not going to tell you where I'm taking these gnolls.
I'm gonna take
Well,
my
It's none of
axe.
your damn
yeah,
business.
you know, that's what I'm
Whoa,
saying
whoa, whoa,
is
whoa,
that
whoa, whoa, whoa.
what I'm saying, when you go to deliver the knoll, we can come along and we can negotiate with whoever you're dealing with. Because if that's not going to happen, now listen, I'm kind of on your side here, but he, and I'll point over to Palouse, he definitely isn't. See, he thinks they're his gnolls. And unless we can work out something here, I mean, I'm not standing in between this.
And Palouse, what were you doing? You said you were going to do something with your axe?
Yeah, I'm taking my axe to his neck.
If we could at least get the gnolls out and have a look at them, see if he recognizes them, see if they really are his gnolls.
Why don't you make me an intimidation check, Palouse, with advantage?
Okay, I gotta go
Because
downstairs.
you got this whole party. Oh yeah, sorry. Well, we could do. I can have someone else make
No,
it.
no, I'm doing it.
I mean, I could literally, like, take 2 steps. Okay.
Oh, there you are.
Eh,
He's back.
I'm just kind of standing and leaning on Sibelin
Nice.
and going,
There you go.
so what do we do?
I need to know what kind of experiments these are, because if it's something awful, they don't deserve that. They deserve to just not be killers anymore, not to be whatever experiment of a wizard is.
Got it. Kill the wizard.
Maybe.
Uh,
I won't. Maybe.
So, Palouse, when you put your axe to his neck and Artemis is saying all that, you see he definitely like flinches as you kind of come towards him. But he says, "Listen, you understand. I can't take a bunch of people threatening my employer to where I'm supposed to meet him.
I don't think you
That's not-
understand the situation.
Well, then you don't have to take us to the employer. You can just leave the gnolls here
You won't
with
get
us.
to your employer if you don't tell us where he is.
I think you all think
Darling.
that you're."
Continue.
No, he as you speak up, he just kind of like his eyebrows lift as the sexy tiefling approaches him.
As I said, if we could perhaps take a look at the gnolls to see if dear Palouse here recognizes them, I'm sure he would
You can cast
figure
charm
something
on
else. Only if I need to.
Why don't you yeah, no, he says I think you all he's like kind of lightened up a little bit by Agony approaching him. But he turns back to the rest of the group and says, I think you all think that you're in a much stronger position than you are. And at this point, you see coming around the corner is that big lumbering logger with the two big buzzsaw arms. Is like walking around the corner, and
Yeah.
Medea, who you had met before, who was running the Valklandar shop, is walking beside him. And
Now, I think you are misunderstanding our intentions here. Valkundar owns these gnolls. We have an interest in getting the gnolls back. I'm not talking about bloodshed. I'm talking about a straight-up purchase. So, why don't we do this? These people all want to kill Valkundar. Well, possibly want to kill Valkundar. He definitely does, and I'll point to Palouse. I, however, don't give one Tinka's damn about any of those guys in there. So, why don't we make an arrangement? I meet Valklandar. If he doesn't want to sell, I don't care. I'll walk away happy. But do you really want to tell your employer that he missed out on a grand opportunity to make money on a bunch of sneaky gnolls that he... Quite honestly, if he were to sell them, he wouldn't be losing anything. It's not like he's invested anything in them right now. I'm sure he'd at least be interested in the proposition.
As you're saying this, Medea walks up, and Zelroth says, Listen. I am really not the one to be talking about this stuff. I am in no position to be making any kind of deals. Why don't you talk to Medea here? And he kind of and says, Medea, they want to buy these gnolls.
We just
that
want
we
to
got
look
that-
at the gnolls.
Excuse me, they want to look at the gnolls. I don't know. I'm letting you take it from here. I'm not the business person. And he just kind of like steps. He like slowly pushes Palouse's axe away from his neck, and just like steps away a little bit, but is still right around you guys and keeping an eye. And Medea says, "Well, what is your proposition then?"
I'm sure
Um,
Palouse just wants to take a look at the gnolls, see if he recognizes any of them. If he doesn't, I'm sure he might or might not have any qualms with letting you take them, wherever you're going to take them.
I suppose
As you
that
understand,
would not be a problem.
as someone seeing
Why not-
his kin, you'd want to see if he knows them.
She thinks about it for a second and says, I suppose that would not be a problem. And if you want any of these gnolls, you would purchase them, of course.
Sure, if that is what
We
you
can
would
treat
want
this
to
as
do.
a exhibition of merchandise.
As much as it pains me to say that, yes. If that's what's going
And
to make it happen.
and she kind of snaps her fingers and says, "All right." And she like is speaking now to this big machine, and she says, "All right, why don't you unload your cargo there, and let these people have a look." And then she also points to the big logger guy and kind of motions it forward, and it just takes like a couple steps towards you all, and it's kind of flanking the whole situation. And slowly this container on the back like tilts up, and up the back of it opens, and one by one these gnolls, like super bloodied, are like dumped out, and the container isn't that big, and you're like, there's something weird going on that it can hold. Like, there are more gnolls than it can hold that dump out of this container. And
Container of holes.
and it ends up, there are 7 gnolls that drop out of this container. Palouse, why don't you Palouse, I won't make you make a check for this. You would recognize someone if you recognize. But you like look at all of them and don't. None of them are familiar to you.
Okay. I would still like to make a check. I'm going to touch my forehead where my eye would be. And I'm going to pray to Hiniku and ask if any of them are worth saving.
Are any of these worth saving?
Okay. So I was thinking about this. For your prayers, I want to do. Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess it's the same. Never mind. Well, no, charisma's more. So do charisma plus your proficiency bonus. Because intelligence for me is not like a religious thing for your character. Like religion is more like knowing knowledge. So, but charisma is like more your kind of spell.
7.
All right, 7. So you. Let's see. There's 7 of them in front of you. And you're praying. I'm sorry. What exactly are you praying to her for?
I'm just asking if any of them are worth saving. I'm just talking to Hiniku. If I can.
Yeah, you don't get any strong response. You do have this feeling of like you don't feel good about letting this happen. Like this is you feel like this is something that Hiniku would not be happy about. What's going down here, but you don't get like a direct response from her.
I'm gonna look to the. I'm gonna look at all these gnolls.
Or him. I'm sorry. I always call Hiniku a her, but it's a him.
Look to all these gnolls. Are any of them female?
Yeah. 3 of them are female.
I'd point to all 3. I'd point to all 3, and I would say,
These 3. I know them.
Zelroth kind of raises an eyebrow, and Medea says, "Okay. Well, let's say 200 gold pieces for each of them."
You really know these gnolls, Darth?
How would Palouse react to that?
John has a dagger in his hand already.
I would just show a very worried face to Agony. I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, you can make an insight check to try and see if you think that he. Well, whatever. I mean, you guys have a
sure.
storied past of.
I mean,
You'd probably be able to read him pretty well.
I guess I'll make deception.
Yeah, you can tell that that he's just trying to save these gnolls. Like,
Yeah. I don't say anything.
I step forward and I tell Medea, Palouse is the chieftain of the Fairkin tribe. They belong to his tribe. They never belong to you. Asking 200 gold for them is completely unacceptable.
make me a persuasion check. She says, well, what is acceptable? 150? And she's like straight faced throughout all this.
I'm willing to dump whatever I have into
If-
this. Who else is willing to dump
If
money into it?
150 is what it costs to not make a big fuss over this,
150 each.
I'm ready. I'm holding a weapon, just standing behind them, looking like I'm ready to attack.
No, pay it. I'll look
We'll do it.
over at Agony.
we'll do it.
Coin doesn't mean anything anyway.
This is
Thank you
normal.
for your enlightened opinion.
She smiles and she says, well, that's
150
an interesting
each.
perspective.
It is.
Okay, I'm throwing.
150 each. Wonderful, wonderful. Valklandar will be pleased. And he'll have plenty left.
You guys
All
have
right,
that
then.
much money?
Yes.
We'll
Yeah.
find out here in a second.
In the bag.
Yeah, there's some in
Yes,
the bag
we
of
do.
holding still.
500
Oh, wow.
to be precise.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you guys give her 450
And 50.
gold pieces
Mm-hmm.
for these 3 gnolls. And the rest, she like snaps again and says, "All right, pick these ones back up." And the machine starts scooping them up as they're all unconscious.
My
Um,
ear twitches as this happens.
John doesn't look happy with any of this either.
I don't care.
I have my hand on Palusa's shoulder.
Sable's looking not too happy also.
She says, "Well, by the way, I think I have to cancel our first appointment. You see, Falklandar is very strict about not letting his
I don't
tools
care.
be used for combat.
Hmm.
I see that you're an adventuring party. You see," and she kind of points to the corpses in the distance. "You see how powerful these machines are. You understand."
That's
There's
fair.
2 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that's like a big one that's for cutting down trees that has
She's-
big buzz saws for arms, and then there's one that's like an excavator with like a bulldozer on the front.
She's talking about
I like
the
I gotta
sail.
draw.
Who's around? Who's around? Can I hear like a head count here?
Yeah, Harburg is like no, Harburg left. He's gone. You don't see him
The guy with
around.
the hood? Oh no, Harbor. Okay.
Yeah, the guy with the hood. No, Harburg is like off tending to
Got
the
it.
wounded and like helping people pack up, and he's like with the town. He's around, but he's like helping out townsfolk now. There's still a bunch of townsfolk. A lot of them like were kind of watching this, and as it finishes up, people are like looking away and going back to their business. But yeah, in the immediate vicinity, it's like the 2 big machines. There's Medea, there's Zelroth, the hooded guy, and then you guys and those 3 unconscious gnolls, and her giant elk, and the unconscious gnoll on the elk,
Elemental still around too.
and an elemental. Weasels are dead. Junto's dead. So many fucking things.
Police cannot let this shit go.
We're done. I'll just look at him. We're done. Coins pass. It's done. They made their bed, now they're gonna lie in it.
Oh, I'll make them lie.
Fuck.
I put my hand
Agony.
on Palooza's shoulder and I tell them, "This is the best we can do now."
Where are you taking them?
I'm taking them to Valklandar, of course.
Where is he?
I really don't think I should tell you that.
She's not at liberty to say. It's fine. It happens.
It's business.
We'll figure something out.
I will remove the liberty of your neck if you don't tell me where they are.
That is not necessary, darling.
Listen, I think we just had a fair deal.
We did.
Valklindar has a shop in Westbridge if you really want to get in touch with him. But don't come in with this kind of attitude because he is much less patient than I am.
I'll turn back to her.
I'm testing my patience right now.
I can see that.
Knowing wizards, their patience does not need to be tested whatsoever. So, we could leave it at this
Ugh.
and go about our days.
I want to pray to Hinaku once more to see what I should do. I'm just gonna
Okay.
ask him.
Yeah.
Should I
Make a
use
charisma check. Yeah, do charisma and then add your proficiency.
So 15.
That's 15. You get this feeling of like deep sadness. That's the same sadness that you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of feel like Hinaku is commiserating with you in this moment. But that Hinaku's not like disappointed or anything. And in fact, Hinaku feels proud of how hard you're fighting for these gnolls.
Okay. I guess I'll just let him go. Disappointedly. In the rain.
We're all wet.
Yeah, it is pouring rain.
I repeat to Pelus, this is the best we can do now. We'll find a way to help them.
I grab my necklace again.
Makes you feel a little better.
No, it doesn't. It does not. It is the opposite. It is my boar tusk necklace that I got from when I went on my own hunt.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No, that makes you feel terrible.
Oh, I feel so bad.
You look, but you think now, with Pox there, that's maybe where you should start focusing your energy.
The other 3 girls too.
Mm-hmm.
I need to build.
Yeah, a pen to hold them all.
No,
We'll-
a room. For the ritual.
The caves underneath us might work better for now.
We'll figure this out when we get
It
back.
will not. It has to be of a specific design.
Well, we can talk about this when we're not in the rain.
Yes, please.
Then, you see.
He walked off in a huff back to the house.
Great. Yeah, people are really like, the streets are thinning out. As Harburg's like yelling at people, telling them like they got to get inside. And kind of directing them to like where the inn is and where the boarding house is and like all the different spots that people can stay. And so Harburg's out there kind of barking orders, and people are starting to thin out on the streets, and the green grass is like packed up and shut down. It seems like the drinking competition has been canceled.
Damn it.
No.
Oh,
The
I
true
thought
victim tonight.
I thought tonight couldn't get
True
any
castle.
sadder.
It's okay, have a drink. I'm
And
It's okay, guys. We can go back home and we can have our own drinking contest.
gonna kick your ass. At the
You can
contest.
try.
I'll try.
Actually, yeah, on the way back, let's stop at the Swinging Sword and pick up some alcohol.
Yep.
Police is not
Shit
gonna
ton of alcohol, a shit ton of like candy from the confectionery shop that does magical shit. Let's go make some bad choices.
all right, you pick up those things and
And
Head back
Joel's
to your-
somehow also with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag them any way I can.
All 4 of them.
yeah, I mean they're unconscious. You can
Throw him on the
Like
back
low-
of the giant.
I'll
elk.
use rope if I have to. Anything I need.
yeah.
If I
Yeah,
throw
you
my
have
elk-
the tools. Yeah, you load them up on the elk with Pox. So there's just these 4 women gnolls on your elk, and Zelroth kind of winks at you and he says, "I know what you're up to."
Ha! That's what I'm assuming.
We finished our tournament arc. Now we're heading into full harem territory.
All right, but you head back to the house, and you guys get there with all of your alcohol and other supplies. Is there anything anybody wanted to do tonight?
Yes.
Are you-
Is there wood?
Yeah. First, you're looking for wood. You can find. I mean, you'd have some inside next to your, like you're trying to build something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really have anything like that on hand. You know that you could get some in town, but it's like they store it outside, and it's probably like now is. What exactly are you trying to build?
Now is a perfect time. I'm gonna go steal some wood. I'm gonna.
If only they hadn't raided our workshop, we would have had plenty of lumber.
I'm gonna go out and go get wood.
All
I don't
right.
care. I'm not gonna steal it. Too.
Wood for
I don't
sheep.
give a shit.
What kind of wood exactly are you looking for? Can you be more specific?
I need to make boards in order to create a shack, like a makeshift shack.
Like you're trying to like build a little structure.
Uh huh.
Yeah, sure. You go down.
What do we
You know that there's. Trying to think of who would have the.
Is there like there's a wagon maker? Wouldn't the wagon maker?
Yeah,
have-
the other wagon maker. You're right. They would definitely have. They
Yeah.
would be the ones who would
Sneak
have
out
it.
and go and raid those bodies that we left behind in the road, and check if we forgot anything.
Okay. Yeah, you go and you trudge through the storm and go and raid those bodies. I'll get to that in a second. First, Palouse, why don't you make a stealth check with advantage because you have crazy storm raging around as you. All right, and then why don't you roll me an investigation check as you're like looking around the building and trying to find the wood. So you're like
It's nightfall.
Go-
It's raining. They just had the knoll. No one will mistake you.
you're you're going around and you're looking around at the Tarnlars, I think it is, are the other wagon makers, and you are looking around and like trying to find where they keep their stacks of wood, and you
Did anyone follow me or come with me?
I think we're all getting alcohol or looting bodies.
Okay. So I'm just a solo
I'm gonna
mission.
try and look after the gnolls who left at the house. So.
Yeah, I'm there looking at the
and so
ready to
you
keep them from attacking anybody.
Yeah. So you're like looking around and you're having real hard time finding the wood. Like they have a couple different houses out in their yard that they use for different things. They have like a workshop and a storage and all these different little spaces. And you're like going from each one and like it's dark out. You're trying to like rummage through things to find the supplies you need. And it's like taking you a while and you're kind of banging around. And eventually you hear a voice yelling, hey, did you hear that? What is that? And
Okay.
the back door to the building opens up.
I'm scurrying. I'm just gonna run off.
All right, you scurry away. And they go, oh, I think there's someone here. But you're quick enough that you run away and go, hey, get out of here. And they're just like kind of yelling at you as you run away in the rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go back home. I'm gonna try something different.
Sure, we have like outhouses or something. I don't know.
Yeah, is there an outhouse by your house? I don't know.
There's like little there's little buildings out in the backyard. Like
a
you
little
could,
shack or something.
A barn.
because this was once a wagon maker. So there's a barn where you keep your horses. There would be like just looking at the map, there's definitely some buildings in the backyard.
Yeah. Like a little shed.
So,
Sure, there's some
so yeah, I'll
kind of
say
shed.
you could find a shed and like you find one that's just full of just a bunch of like random supplies, and you just start throwing them out into the
yard.
backyard to try and make some space.
And then I'm gonna set up a chair in the middle.
Okay. You set up your chair.
And I'm gonna cut a hole in the top.
A hole in the top of the ceiling, so it's like
roof.
raining in the room.
Yeah, a small
Just
hole.
like a small hole for light to come through.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you cut a hole, and there just like starts pouring rain through into this room.
Poos,
Okay, well,
what
I
are you
can't do it
doing?
now. It's fucking raining, so I can't even do the damn thing.
I'm preparing.
Preparing
A
for...
ritual.
Oh, we're not doing it right now, are we?
I gotta prepare.
Oh, alright. Just saw you running around. Did you really need to break a hole in the roof?
We don't use this shit anyway.
There's just like shit everywhere.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's shit like all in the
The next morning,
all
Samuel
right.
goes in there ready to make his first birdhouse. Like,
Well, we can come back another time. It's raining too hard. Come back inside. Swear,
I follow.
I probably caught a cold by now.
I guess Artemis was the one who told them. Artemis, you remember to go get Jacqueline and the kids who are hiding in there, through the door into the underground caverns, and you go get them. And when they come inside and see these gnolls, they are like terrified. And Jacqueline says, "What's going on here? Why do we have these? Why are these gnolls in the building? Are my kids going to be safe?
That's a good question. What are we doing with these gnolls?
They'll be fine. I guess
Maybe
there's
you should
nothing
send them
Pooh
to
wants
the
do.
constable so he can detain them."
No, I think Palouse wants to take care of these ones.
and I don't really agree with how Harbrook handles prisoners.
I don't really agree with the idea of murderous, rampaging hyena men inside the fucking house.
Am I
I
there
second that,
Yeah,
says Jacqueline.
we're back inside.
They make very good points.
Hyena women.
If they are, if at any point,
Excuse me, I need to use the right pronoun. I know it's very important.
I turn to Paylus. I turn to Paylus. I am 100% willing to help you help them rehabilitate, help them recover, but the second they're a threat, we need to put them out of their misery.
Tie them.
I will put them out of their misery.
And I will help them.
Tie them up.
If they're a threat, we have to keep our people safe. Alright, and I start tying them up too.
Yeah, I get my 50-foot rope of hemp.
Okay.
Rope.
And you guys go ahead and tie them up. Why don't you each make me dexterity checks? Because I believe
About-
there's actually not tying rules in Xanathar's.
That's
Man,
survival.
I'm rolling shit.
Not tying is survival.
Oh,
Okay,
oh.
survival. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're still bad at it.
You guys are like all trying to help each other out, and you just cannot get a tight knot.
You know, the funny thing is, I'm the guy with the highest survival, and I'm not even there.
We've got our fingers caught in the fucking knots. Now we need trouble. We all look over at Jacqueline. Help us, please.
Jacqueline's like, guys, I
stupid.
really don't know about this plan.
I
Funny
agree.
thing is John has the most experience in this, and he's not here.
And actually, why don't we cut to John real quick? So John, you are out. You've like trudged through, and you're back at the bodies. And you're looking around, trying to find anything, and they're like super muddied up, and kind of some of them are almost sinking into the mud. And you're looting through the knoll bodies, and you don't find. Only on the leader of the first wave and the priest in the second wave do you find any like gold pouches on. It seems like all of the other gnolls don't really have a use for gold. But in total, you get 30 gold pieces and 20 silver pieces. But you do see something that you hadn't really noticed before because he died so fast, and you weren't really paying much attention to him. But the first Gnoll leader has this. What am I trying to say?
Has a big penis.
Has a really nice penis.
Came out of his mouth.
Why was it in his mouth? What's going on there?
And failed balls.
Anyway, there's a really nice cloak, maybe.
Yeah, it has a really nice cloak.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pull it off, put it on, and just head back to the house.
Okay. You did also, when you were rummaging through the priest's belongings, you found a couple potions that were on him.
Pick those up and take those back as well.
Any
Great.
orders or anything paper? Probably not.
I have
Yeah, you
a
don't
feeling
find.
Yeah, they're not the written instruction type, I imagine.
Probably not.
All right, so you start heading back, and you guys are trying your darndest to tie these guys up, and Jacqueline's just saying, you know, maybe I should go stay in an inn or something, or what if you
Agreed.
put them down in the that
tunnels?
dungeon we were just in?
I think maybe that's it.
No, that'd actually be a. Well, we'd have to watch them.
Yeah,
But that's
it's not
not a bad
really an
idea.
enclosed space.
I'm worried if there will be any room in any of the inns for us.
That's true too.
I can't be in the same room as these gnolls.
Well,
Not even tied up properly.
well, go.
I'll bring him down.
Yeah, do that. Take them downstairs, or take them down below.
I'm gonna take each one down below.
All right. So Palouse will take them below and stay with them for the evening. And is that it? You're all gonna go take a rest?
Well, John will walk back in the door and plop, and not even say anything, just walk into the room they're all in, put a bunch of potions on the table, and then walk out wearing his new cloak.
Yeah, John just comes in
This is
like
like
muddy as
soaking
hell.
He doesn't even say a word, he just walks up into his room, closes the door, and just disappears.
And we'll end the session on that scene for the night. As John walks in, muddy as hell, plops down this whole bundle of potions, and storms off into his room. All right.
Shit.
Cool. Good game.
Yeah?
It's a rainy
You guys
day.
killed my gnolls.
Not all of them.
That's true.
We're gonna see how this shit works next fucking episode.
And also, there's a couple of things I still want to do before we take our rest, so not just at the beginning of next session.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that next session.
Yeah.
Or do it in the chat.
The shed.
The Discord chat.
Oh, chat. Oh.
I mean,
No,
I'll
I mean,
actually
we
have
can-
to go and do things actually before the end of the night. So
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, let's deal with that next time because
okay.
I'm getting tired. I think this is a good time to stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, those gnolls, man.
Fuck.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
How are we gonna
Yeah.
figure this shit out?
Well, Luce has his idea of what he wants to do.
Doesn't even
It
know what
sounds-
he's doing.
John has an idea, but I don't think anyone else agrees with his idea.
Sablin has a plan, but I don't know if it's a good plan.
I mean, I don't even
I'm
know
just prepared to clean up everybody's mess when all of the plans fuck up.
I don't even know if Falus can do the ritual. But fuck it, right?
Plan back.
Man, Wish that had been at the forefront of the thought, but okay.
I mean, even if the ritual fails and we gotta put them out of their misery, that's probably better than magical experimentation slavery.
And it's all relative at that point.
I'm gonna give you the ritual.
Okay.
So how many potions did we find, just out of curiosity? You said a few.
See, yeah, 3. You found 3.
Okay.
I'll tell you what they are at the beginning of next session.
Ah, yeah, I just wanted to put down a note so I remember that I have them too, or put them out there.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm gonna paste the ritual to you, Eric, just in case you forgot.
Yeah, I looked at this stuff before this session a little bit, but
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So.
So
let's see
the
if
town
that
has no
works.
guards again.
I don't know if he knows.
Again.
I don't, I'm sure he's seen the ritual before and he's been a part of it, but I don't know if he knows the chant perfectly. So
Mhm.
you might have to make a roll.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll figure out some kind of thing to do for the ritual for sure. Some kind of mechanical, maybe like skill challenge sort of thing.
Sure.
All right. Cool. Yeah, good game.
Fuck.
I'm excited. We're excited we're getting back into story stuff. Not that Greengrass, wasn't the story, but
Greengrass is so much story.
I don't know. There's plenty of story fucking shit in
Yeah, a lot happened in one day.
Oh yeah.
yeah, for sure. This has been a long last 3 sessions. Been one day.
Shit.
Actually 4, because we actually had one session just before Greengrass started the day of.
Yeah, but we slept before Greengrass, so it's in 3.
Yeah, you had a session of like the setup, which was like the
Half the morning of.
yeah, you might have done a little bit at the beginning of the day. You're right. I think we've had
Yeah, no
4
big deal.
sessions where we've been at least partially in Greengrass.
I think it's in 3. I could be wrong, but I believe it's 3.
Oh, it's
I
no
think it
big
is.
deal.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
we had the one.
No, we need to figure this out.
My brain is shutting off at this point in the evening.
Yeah, it's all like a notes.
Yeah, man, that I'm not fuck combat with that many things going on. That was a lot.
Yeah, just do really
Glad
big
you-
things rather than like.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
guys,
Knowles,
we're gonna
that's
fight
like
a
what Knowles
dragon
are.
next week.
Up, top.
Bye, Sam.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna
Dragon.
fight.
Good night.
Or we're gonna fight
Wow.
one of those giant shredder mules.
Yeah, that could have been a combat.
I know. I
I was-
I
was-
statted them out just in case.
God.
I was edging for it like badly.
Yeah. I was like, that might happen. I should probably get the stats just in case.
Luke
Jesus.
was ready to fucking blow.
God damn it.
Oh,
Even
I would've
even
loved to
after
see
the
that.
transaction, he was ready to go.
I liked the robot chick so much more when I didn't know she was a magic slaver.
I can introduce you to some very nice people over a couple thousand miles away.
Other
Yeah, you
nice,
saw a
other
different side of
slavers.
Like, Hinaku stopped him. He would have attacked. Straight up.
What he's
He's
trying to
ready.
say is, you saved us, Eric.
I tried to give you an open-ended answer.
I think we could have lived through whatever the fuck they were. To be honest.
I don't know.
would've
They
loved-
did to other gnolls what we did to those gnolls, and there was 2 of them. So-
We got it.
I would have loved to see that fight.
I don't think I want to get in that kind of.
It was
fight.
very, very fucking close. I was literally about to. If I had rolled low on the Hinaku thing, and he had, like, I rolled a 2 or something, and you're like, yeah, he's not saying anything. I would have fucking attacked. It would have been that. Right then, right there.
I definitely feel like we're gonna end up clashing with Valkendar, or at least finding out. I really want to find out more about Valkendar now, because magical experimentation on living humanoids, that could mean so many different things.
That's pretty fucking evil.
I mean, it could be, oh, let's see if we can make it so gnolls have feathers instead of fur. Hey, or it could be, I have no mouth and I must scream level stuff. Like,
No, obviously turning him into cyber gnolls.
What I'm hearing
Probably. That's what I was thinking, like, fucking
Yeah.
cyborg gnolls.
So he's proficient in making a lot of magical items. He loves experimenting on things magically. This guy's gotta be a red wizard.
Oh, well, that's your background.
Hmm?
That's what red wizards do.
Uh-oh.
It would have been
I'm
very
sup-
interesting because I was not going to fight robots, and I was going to hold Pox hostage if it came to it. So I think you saved me. You probably saved my life too, Eric. So
Saved the party composition.
yeah.
Hinaku strikes again.
God damn it.
Sable's in a weird spot right now, because he doesn't mind killing gnolls that are trying to kill him, but he is super against, like, torturing someone who's surrendered or been captured. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna happen. This is gonna play out, because maybe he won't be able to convert each one. You know, like maybe only some of them are gonna get converted. But then what's gonna happen when we don't convert them? I don't fucking know.
Well, it's very simple. We killed them.
Yeah,
But, I mean that's
it-
probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and like as much of a hippie as Sable is, he's gonna be an Artemis aside on that. If they can't be rehabilitated, then death's better than suffering under Yudog's curse. You know what I mean?
I think even Palouse would side with that, because he would feel that they're unconvertible, so there's no point.
Well, good. I'm glad we're all on that page.
But
Now let's
that-
talk
that
about
is
selling them
definitely-
back to Valklandar and getting some of our money back.
Neutral stance, which is he is neutral, so fuck it.
I'm just saying. I bet she would buy them back.
I wouldn't do
no,
that. I wouldn't
yeah,
do that.
No.
Sable's very
No.
anti-suffering and being soul of the experimented on a wizard that's probably gonna be suffering.
He would just end
Bleeding
their
hearts.
I'd probably slap you if you made that suggestion. Sell them back.
suffering.
Let's at least find out if Valkendar's experiments are, hey, let's see if everything a Gnoll contains is now tastes like strawberries forever, or, oh, my arms are infinitely pain glass shard feeling. Magical experimentation is freaky.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh no, Josh is thinking.
Mecha
Oh, no.
Palouse? Are you thinking about it? I was.
No. Let me check Cordelia's haberdashery here.
Mega
We've
Palouse.
already
Yeah.
already got the sending stone. Huh.
I'm stoked about Valklandar because he's my, like, all of the shit that I'm making with him is like totally homebrew. So it's
Cool.
it's fun to, like, he was not in the book beyond the note.
You gotta make him
Which I-
enemy number one.
I also made.
Red
Well,
Wizard.
hey, you don't
Confirmed.
Wait. Wasn't there something with the Gnolls in Valkendar?
No.
No, it was the water cult.
Yeah.
Wait, what the Gnolls were like?
The
there's
Gnolls
something-
we just fought had a symbol of the water cult on them.
Ah, was that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And here, I actually made a handout for you guys of Valklandar's note that you guys found. the one that mentioned him at least
Mm-hmm.
forever ago. Because I remember we were trying to remember what that said last time, and wanted you to have that.
And Media, whenever we asked her about that, she's like, "Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about."
And that was sent to Grun, right? Or Grun found it?
It was
No.
stuck
No,
in-
we found it on the road.
Yeah.
Hallandor.
Hallandor
that's-
found it.
And
He was just on
Yeah,
it was
but-
on a black arrow or something, right?
attached to a skull.
yeah, it was through a skull. Yeah, it was around an arrow that was through a skull pinned to a tree. And yeah, you asked one person in town, and they didn't know who Valkendar was. That may or may not have been because I hadn't created him yet.
Well, now they know.
So that's just
Shit.
in the book and there's nothing else?
Yeah,
Literally.
that's all there is.
What the fuck is wrong with this game?
yeah,
I guess it's
It's
fine.
like-
Let you
random
figure it
downtime.
out. You know.
Yeah.
it's funny. Like, you know, in our Storm King's Thunder game, it seems like that game, like they call Prince of Apocalypse a sandbox, which it is kinda,
Mhm.
but the book like is only all that's in the book is the mega dungeon. You know.
Mhm.
So it's like, which is fine. I'm excited to get to the mega dungeon, but it's there's like none, like we're playing Storm King's Thunder, and there's like so much shit to do, like
Everywhere.
the vampire that we just found and shit. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Well, a lot of that is probably stuff that Joe's sort of coming up with. I know there's
Yeah,
not a
but-
vampire
He
per se in the
said-
book, but there's like
Yeah. He's
there's like oh, okay, yeah, it's not like a stated thing. It's mentioned in it.
Yeah.
Like the second or third chapter of Storm King's Thunder is literally just every location in the
Yeah.
north, every town with a little blurb about it, and it's designed
Yeah.
to be super like open ended.
yeah, for sure.
yeah, we just got to a part where we fought a bunch of wolves that this vampire had and like
I heard.
Mm-hmm.
oh okay.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
a live Twitter feed.
It's pretty
Mhm.
spooky.
Now I was trying to sleep and I get a fucking message about vampires, so now I'm intrigued. Imagine my disappointment when it's just fucking wolves. Jesus.
Well, we don't know.
You
We
didn't
don't know
have
what's
to
in that
respond.
town.
Fair
could
enough,
be-
fair enough.
There could be more vampires. We have no fucking clue what's gonna be.
But Storm King's Thunder is designed to like it's almost like an hourglass in that it will like there are set points in it, and then it will branch out into weird directions, and then it like verges again, then branches out. So like the whole conch shell thing is a branching out point. Like there's all sorts of dungeons you could have gone to get a conch, but you already have one. So
Wait, what do you mean? What are you talking about, conscious? Hey, are you spoiling? Hey.
I know you have
He
a conch.
knows the book.
Yeah,
I
know
have
you
the
guys-
book.
I know you're thinking
He
you know
has
that
the
we have
and I know you have a conch. I
But
would
you
have
don't know
mentioned it.
that was bad.
What?
We don't
Yeah,
know
we
anything
ha-
about this conch.
I haven't told you anything about the conch.
Yeah,
other
he
than
hasn't.
that,
He hasn't
other
told
than
us
that, in parallel universes, there are other ways to get the conch.
But it could.
Uh-huh.
But now you're making the conch really important. Before it was
really.
I mean, it was
shitty conch.
Not really. I assume it has
was
to do
a-
with the story. So.
There's other ways
Yeah.
of getting the conch. That sounds like a pretty important conch.
it.
Every time,
I think
every time you guys say conch, I just remember playing Champions of North 2 on the PS2, and just one of the first quests is a mermaid going, "You gotta find my conch."
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that it seems like that game has a lot more
That's a lot of.
support for like there's just like a lot more shit
Mhm. Yeah,
going out.
Yeah, it does.
yeah. The fact that
Which-
they can cram all of that into one book, and then Prince of the Apocalypse is condensed into a valley,
Compare this
Yeah.
shit to like the dragon shit. Oh my god.
and it's all better than that one.
Yeah, that one's so bad.
Yeah.
Tyranny.
Yeah.
It is so
No, I
not
like
worth than Roll20.
Yeah. I like Princes of Apocalypse. I'm excited for us to get into all the dungeons too. Like we're getting you guys are kind of getting to the level and the
Get
story
into
is bringing you somewhat close, but if we
Can't
stop
spoil
partying at Greengrass.
Mhm.
If we
well,
can
I mean,
stop
obviously we're
partying
gonna do the
at Green
conversion
Grass.
thing next episode, so that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Unless the rain keeps going, and then we're gonna have to fucking deal with gnolls and hold the town for a bunch of days. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think we may have another episode of Feelings.
What's wrong
We get all
with
the
Yeah.
deals.
We've got Palusa's thing. Sablin's doing stuff. Everybody's got stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we all got fucked up shit that we're doing.
I love it though. I love how much you guys like get into that. Like, I loved Ryan how like actually disturbed you were about that Knoll scene, and it was
Yeah.
like I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, yes, this is gonna be so good because Ryan's like not gonna like he's like physically gonna be upset about what is going on with these Knolls.
Yeah.
It's
I was
awesome.
so ready to fucking kill them. Like, so ready. And I would have just kept going. I would have never ran. I don't care how low I am. I wouldn't have given a shit. If Susan had healed me, I would have kept going. I would have never stopped. I would have just kept fucking attacking. You know?
I deal with that shit in politics all the time.
But Hinniku stopped me, so. I'm glad. I mean, it's kind of cool to get a good high roll for that. That means we stopped a huge fight with one roll.
Like the gods.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you guys
roll.
would. I don't know if you guys would have like fought against me. I have no idea.
I would have killed all of those Knolls. Like one
Hey.
fireball.
Oh
And
god,
solve the problem.
That's probably the,
that would have not
right way to
solved
go.
the problem.
Well,
better-
he knew you lied about recognizing him. So
Yeah.
maybe
I mean,
it wouldn't felt that
between
bad.
staying corrupted
I'm not
by-
above taking hostages here.
between being corrupted by Yunog and being a raving monster, being sold into magic slavery, or death. Death is probably the most humane, like merciful option out of those three.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's always the option. There's always that gleam of hope that Palouse has that he could save them.
True.
You're all
And he
sitting
can't-
around feeling so fucking concerned for things that were, if you were lucky, they killed you before they started eating you, and Artemis just cannot
I mean,
even
for-
begin
for
to wrap
one-
his head around it.
Pox was his own tribe. He would do anything.
Well, that I
That's
get.
different. Yeah.
Artemis,
Oh, yeah.
Artemis could probably pick up that you know her, but the general concern amongst everybody about the humane treatment of chaotic evil monsters is baffling to him.
I mean, if they just die,
They can be converted to
Cool.
neutral, guys.
or if they just die but being sold into magical experimentation slavery farms, ugh.
Hey, whatever.
Their souls can be saved by Jesus.
Lord, lay my hands upon
Not
you.
suffer.
I lay my hands.
See, I get it, but I don't care that they suffer because they were going to do way worse.
Yeah.
Now, if Valkendar was like picking up random humans, no, obviously I got a problem. But
An
murderous
eye for an
Knolls,
eye leaves the whole world blind, you know.
I'm
Fuck
just
that.
happy that I got a job today. That's what I'm happy about.
yay.
Amen.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I did. So I'm leaving this game. I'm never coming back. You're gonna
Thanks,
get a new
bye,
replace, Palouse.
Oh well.
Well, I guess
Great.
I'm
Glad
going
I just started doing the
Is it-
Knoll thing. Jesus Christ.
Is that why you're trying to throw yourself into
I might actually. I don't know how my time is. I think I'll be okay. I think I get off at 5 and the game
Then
starts at
that's
6 my
perfect.
time.
It's perfect.
So I should be.
That's what-
Actually,
That's
I
the
get off-
situation, Susan's.
I
Okay,
get
but
off
listen,
at 5.
listen,
I get
listen,
home
listen.
at 5:30. We start at 6.
My schedule is not set. This is training.
Hmm.
So my first
Got
day of
it.
training is on Monday. So I get off. I'll be getting off at 4:30, and I think that's for a week. And that's how I get my license, because I have to get a license to become, to be able to talk to people about insurance and talk about rates. I think something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So after I get my insurance for rates and yada yada, or sorry, my license for rates, I'm going to go to another training thing where I learn about product stuff. That's a month, and I don't know when I get off. I think I get off at 5, maybe the same time. I don't know. But then once I get my actual schedule after a month, I'm not sure when it is because they said that the schedule's all over the place and that I will get a set schedule during that time. So I'm sure I'm competing with other people and hopefully I get mornings and stuff like that. So I don't know. I told them I wanted mornings.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes. That's just my up-to-date
Nice.
schedule.